ain't overall, did you call in? And I heard you go hard, you go all in. And you were made to ball like you Spalding. Time and time again, you be showing out. You be like fuck a friend, no time for falling out. And you're all about your bread, no more going out. See, that's just what I like, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, baby.
No matter what, always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep all she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep grinding.
You prove that you would be more than nothing. Stay ahead of the game, you realize. Let your haters motivate you into becoming whatever it is you want in your life. Don't let the clothes of the cars define you. Just love yourself like you desire to. And when times get hard, girl, just keep the faith and have your way. Have your way.
No matter what, always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep all she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep
Surely not a flawless swagger. Ain't a chick better. Doing all the things that I like. Being a freak, she a master. If you don't tell the past, so good I wanna make her my wife.
all she do is win. No matter what, always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep all she do is win. I see you shining, grinding, so keep winning.
Oh, baby, yeah. I see you, yeah. Oh, baby, baby, you're winning, baby.
I'll be up with me. I'll be
It's a bar reach.
Cass. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. We ain't talking cash, don't talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Girl, you know these niggas can't fuck with me. Gon' drop that, gon' pop that. Make a nigga show you where the cash at. Got a shaking ass on my Snapchat. If the sex good, I'ma double back. No, I can't hit it if her ass flat. See it start to beat, bring it back. Niggas still hating, need to cut that. Hits at the hits, where your hits at? You a classy one. We're the nasty ones. Gotta bag me one. Gotta have me one. Just caught drip. I'm too fresh for a pic. Really with the shits. Why you acting like this? Go and make a nigga trick. In the 3 with your bitch. I ain't gon' trip. She gon' make a nigga tip. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. We ain't talking cash, don't talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Girl, you know these niggas can't fuck with me. Fat ass, she a 10 in the face. Money got me dancing like a mace. Beat it up, young Cash Clay. Blue hundreds, I'ma throw it in your face. 2 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots, 6 shots. I just put some diamonds in her wristwatch. 2 red bones make them lick lock. I just got that wet, drip dry. Bitches shaking ass like I mix a lot. Wet like Steph, got my jump shot. I told her off the rip, I'm the big shot. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. We ain't talking cash, don't talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Girl, you know these niggas can't fuck with me. Trippin' by the bitch, what you call that? Girl, do your thing, I'ma fall back. Shake something, baby, come talk that. Wanna make a hit, better call cash. Call cash. Wanna make a hit, come call cash. Call cash. Know these niggas, girl, they all cap. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. We ain't talking cash, don't talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Girl, you know these niggas can't fuck with me.
Hey, yo, Lane, check dig, man. I was just sitting back reminiscing, man, you know what I'm saying, and vibing on how things used to be, you dig? Like when we was youngsters, you know what I'm saying, that OSDN used to rock. St. Angeles jump, you know?
When children used to see the test every day. I used to go to Toledo.
kids really used to go outside and play. Where hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
Listen, I remember back in the day when I was a child, doing bad, mama used to take us to eat at Hot and Now. Very convenient, the food was good and plus it was cheap. Creeping off the block to go swimming at Willie's every week. Dirt courts in just about every backyard, hooping on crates. Sneaking jars out the house, trying to catch lightning bugs and snakes. The good old days when penny candy really used to cost a penny. Ice cream truck had ice cream on it, you could buy for 10 pennies. Pimping your bike out with chrome caps, reflectors and mirrors. The hood used to be a village back when the neighbors cared. It was less snitching, more females carried themselves like women. I wish I could go back and visit, cause I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the dance every day.
I mean, it ain't got that same vibe it got no more in the streets, you know?
Used to go outside and play.
Yeah, okay. I feel where you going, CJ.
Females used to carry themselves as
Okay,
women.
man. It's your boy Bobcat, man. Just reminiscing, check this.
Where hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
I'm just reminiscing about the old days. And nah, I don't go far back as the OJs. Lane, look, I'm talking late 80s, early 90s. On Auburn up at Peach Rose is where you could find me. I was screaming crossroads for the love of the dough. 16 double O until the world blow. When Indo and Joint Mob had a lock on the South. And Arden Coleman had you scared to come out of your house. Around the time when Magic Wand found out he was Clara. And Ray Stone was so fly, yeah, that was the era. Philly and Philly and all was reppin' for Out Hill. That Scott and Libby gang could damn near get a nigga killed. When Northtown was bumpin', Southwick was slumpin'. Follow the light, lightning rod had every club jumpin'. I give her arm, a leg, 2 shoulders, and a tooth. To see Toledo how it was in my youth. Man, I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the dance every day. When kids really used to go outside and play. When females used to carry themselves as women. Where hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
Wake up, Toledo.
Wake your ass up.
Yeah. You're listening to the 419 Grind, Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Is that what we listen to?
Hello, welcome in everybody. Rise and Grind, beautiful people. Welcome in, you are tuned into the All in the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Happy Monday. What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? What's cracking? It is the first of the month. It is. Wake up. And so, you know what I wrote down with it being the first of the month?
What did you write down?
Okay, first of all, we did not announce last month on February 1st that it was our 6-month anniversary. So today it is our 7th month anniversary. We opened the door 7 months ago in the middle of a pandemic, and not only have we grown, but we had to move out of our first studio because the first studio, we outgrew it in what? How many months? Like 2?
Like 2 months, yeah.
So we upgraded into a new studio, and here we are, 7 months strong. We've been going strong. We built a solid team, and we just doing our thing. And I'm proud to be a part of it, Jesse. Yes. I'm just happy. Like 7 months, we are evolving.
We passed our 100th episode.
Yes, we passed 100 episodes. Like that. That's the part we've all been working that we don't even. Like, and Jesse, take it away, Jesse.
So I want to thank everybody who voted for us for the Toledo City Paper Best of Toledo contest. We won the number one podcast in Toledo.
Oh my God!
Shut.
Yes. So thank you.
Thank you, everybody who voted.
Thank you all.
Wait, so
They said
they watching
they're hearing
the
echoes.
They hearing echoes?
That's what they said.
Okay, thank you guys. Just bear with us.
Yes.
We're gonna get that together. It'll probably fade out in a little bit. For some reason, we've been having those issues where
we made a lot of changes. That's
yeah. So yes, just bear with us, guys.
Y'all mean to tell me that Toledo was watching the #1 urban podcast in the area?
You know what? And we're not just the #1 urban podcast anymore. We're the #1 podcast.
Period. Period.
That's urban.
We
Get
are.
rid
This is the #1 podcast.
You heard it
in
here
Toledo,
first.
Ohio.
Okay. Yes.
And it's because of you guys. So thank you to each and every one of you who tune in.
Shout out to y'all.
And our podcast, who watch us on YouTube, Facebook. I mean, we can't.
You know what?
Who voted for us?
Yes,
Everybody who voted.
It contributes to all of our shows too.
Yes.
Everybody who's been on the morning show.
Yes.
Who put in the work from start to finish. The cloth talk.
All of the shows.
Essential vibes, no facts given.
The
self-explanatory, especially self-explanatory.
Yes.
They
Gary
support
Porter,
us a
I
lot.
said
Yeah, Gary Porter.
And so
Sorry,
yes,
Jerry.
it's not
Gary.
just about the Rising Grind Morning Show. It's the 419 grind. So anybody that's attached to this, anybody who's been a part of this, it's we're all #1 together.
Man, that is what's
thank you
up.
guys.
I'm so proud of us,
It's an
y'all.
amazing feeling. It's definitely an amazing feeling.
Yes.
So. And today, my baby is 10 months. In 2 months, she'll be a year already. I don't even know.
Birthday. What we doing?
Girl, I don't even know. Like
my
it's
little thickums.
So her birthday is May 1st?
May 1st. Yeah. She was 6 weeks early. She was supposed to be born June 3rd, but she came, loud and in charge. And she's definitely like she be taking over. So
Yes,
she just
with her
took over
little
life
cute self.
with her beautiful self. So
Man, she
shout out
got
to my
your
baby.
ears.
She does. Clyde showed me that she has my ears. I never paid attention to it until he pointed it out, and she does. We have little elf ears.
They absolutely
Like my
do.
girl MJ. My girl MJ used to call me Five-O back in the day because she said I have mouse ears.
You do.
She used to call me Five-O. She said I look like Five-O, the little mouse, the little cartoon. That's what she used to say. So we got those Five-O ears, and now I passed them on to my baby. So it is what it is.
But she's still beautiful.
Gangster.
Yeah. You know what else is beautiful?
What's that?
That weather. Oh my goodness.
I see that sun.
The sun is beaming
Where the
already,
snow go?
y'all.
Where the snow go?
Hey, let it go.
Gone.
Let it
It's
go.
gone?
Let it go.
Yes.
Let the snow go.
Wasn't there some snow out there a couple days
It
ago?
was, but it's gone. It's leaving
melting
us.
away.
So it's 34 degrees currently. We're going to get to a high of 36, and it's going to be sunny all day. It's going to be a beautiful day, and it's just getting warmer and warmer
My
because
type of weather.
all throughout the week, it's going to be like getting higher and higher like each day. So we're going to be going into the 40s, then into the 50s, and then going into next week, we're even going to get up to the 60s. So
What?
spring is coming.
I
We
wanna
got
get
our
me some
spring
Speedos.
birthdays. We got a
I'm gonna be
special
out
birthday
there.
tomorrow. A spring birthday. Our girl Talaia, her birthday's tomorrow.
Your birthday tomorrow?
Yes. Yes. And then next month, my birthday's coming. And so, yes, we got to celebrate our spring
Turning up,
birthday,
girl.
spring
People-
season.
People is growing up.
More importantly, me and Clyde's birthday is in July too.
It
Get ready for the birthday bash.
Hey.
Summer birthday
And my
bash.
daughter's
Summer
both their
birthday
in July.
bash.
So yes.
And y'all know I'm
Your birthday?
stupid, so.
No, I said both the daughters. My daughters
both
are
of them?
July.
Oh, yeah.
July 2nd and July 6th.
But Shae, they can't come to me
Yes.
and Jesse party.
We're gonna have part 1 with the kids and then part 2 when they go
okay.
home.
One for the Saints, one for the Aints.
Saints and sinners.
Yeah, so make sure you guys are on the lookout because we're going to be planning our first big event, and it's going to be their birthday party, the Summer Jam 419 birthday party event. We're going to put together something fierce for the summer. So
Did she just make that up?
I kind of
She
did.
announced it,
I
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
did.
We didn't
I
talk-
kind of did.
we didn't talk about
That's
that
an
last
exclusive.
I gotta get my jumping jacks
Hold on,
on.
y'all,
I gotta
hold
get
on,
my body right.
Arlinda Self said, congratulations. Thank you, Arlinda.
Thank you,
Hey,
Arlinda.
congratulations on the event this
Yes.
week.
Vision board?
Speaking
That
of
was
Arlinda, we want to say thank you to Arlinda,
Yes,
to Shara,
we love y'all.
and Confidence in a Cup and Self Love Movement. They got together. They put together an amazing. I mean, it was phenomenal.
They don't know how much they
It was
motivate me.
phenomenal.
Like, I went
They
and
don't
got a
even know.
haircut.
Like they're such an.
I saw myself on the video.
Arlinda, look at him. You
I
inspired
got a
me to get a
haircut.
haircut.
He's
Okay.
clean.
I saw myself on the video. I said, damn, I got the Kevin Durant going on my face. Like, God, I
Thank
got
God you just took that green off your neck. That was cool. I was not having it.
I was practicing COVID safe regulation.
Not with that dang on green. It looked like it was COVID all wrapped in the neck.
Shae lit my little mask up.
Yeah.
Thing.
As far as I'm sorry, I don't mean to like backtrack, but just want to let you guys know the traffic's looking good as well. But still be safe because the roads can be deceiving. When we get the nice weather, sometimes people lose their minds a little, and then you get to driving reckless, and then we do have accidents. So let's just continue to be safe, even though the roads are looking good. Let's keep it that way.
The sun does not mean drive fast.
That's right. But yeah, since we're talking about the Arlinda and Tashara and the event that we went to this weekend. Let's just get right into trending topics.
Tell them what to do.
It's Trending Topics in Toledo on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Trending topics with your girl Shae K. I make your granny say hip hop hooray.
Hip hop hooray.
Hey, it's the first of the month.
Hey,
wake up and don't you grunt.
Cash your checks.
Hey,
Cash your checks.
hey,
hit them yams.
Cash
Them
your checks.
groceries. Pay them bills.
Tomorrow.
New school shoes.
Right.
Hey, that light bill.
Responsibility.
It's ghetto.
Go ahead, Leah.
Well, you know, we usually get into the national headlines, but we're going to talk about these local trending topics because we've had so much going on in our own community this weekend. It was such a great weekend. So first, we want to say congratulations to our very own Dr. Vic.
Drop a bomb for Dr. Vic.
Dr. Vic.
Yes. Not only was he one of the keynote speakers at the Vision Board brunch, and he had an amazing speech. I mean, like, you might as well just have dropped the mic. I wish he would have dropped the mic. It was an amazing speech. Definitely did his thing. But he also won an award over the weekend. He won Black Lives Matter Award 2021 for his work and what he does in the community and just all over, you know. So shout out to him. We wanted him to come in and talk to him for a minute, but he's just so booked and busy. He's got things to do. So we want to send him love and congratulations because that's an amazing award to receive. And, he's definitely doing his thing. Also, congratulations to our boy Ty Cleveland. He has the Impact Program and he's coming in later this morning. We're going to talk to him later this morning, but definitely just want to send a congratulations to him because he won the Who's Who Award 2021 at the Vision Board brunch. So shout out to him for that.
So he popular then a little.
Yeah. So, congratulations to everybody. And like we said, just going back to Arlinda and Tashara who put together this event. I hope everybody got a chance to see the video that Jesse was able to put together with all the interviews. There were so many entrepreneurs in the building. Who do you guys remember talking to? Like, who was your favorite person? Or I don't want to say favorite person, but
most memorable.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
was Ambria.
Yes,
I loved her.
Ambria, I think she was mine too. I have to say, she is just like she radiates something that I can only hope to one day.
Love her.
Exude. You were even talking about her. You was like, like she.
That's
confetti.
I saw unicorns. And
unicorns.
I swear. I was looking out the sky. I was ready to start flying. I'm like, take that life into queen.
Me and Shae were in the back and trying to listen. Somebody was like trying to talk to us. It was like, wait a minute. Can you be quiet so we can listen?
I'm like, hold on.
You guys remember, I was back there with you and I ran to the front. When I heard her talking, I was like, I gotta go. I need to hear her talk.
It's magic going on right now.
It's magical.
Listen, that was
also,
powerful.
Rob Pasker, Sandy Spang was there and she spoke and she and shout out to her. I had the pleasure to meet her for the first time and that was amazing. I look forward to connecting with her in the future. So she had a wonderful speech as well. And then there was Kenyatta. She had a speech. Who else spoke? It was a lot of them, and it was just
Lance spoke too.
Lance spoke. Yeah, so it was just amazing. I mean, there was so much great information.
We interviewed people that wanted.
And then that food. Oh my God, Michael Chef Gaston.
That food. Listen,
it was banging.
I'm mad I had work.
Oh, girl, that food was amazing.
Listen, I still want my other half of that crab cake.
Jesse deboed everybody for their shrimp and grits.
No, he didn't debo. I willingly gave him because I
gave him some of mine because he gave me some of his crab cake as well. And that crab cake BLT, let me tell you,
that's what the little
something else.
Yes. I thought that was like a chicken biscuit or something. No, I didn't get one either.
That was crab chicken. How dare you disrespect the crab cake?
The rosemary chicken was on the waffle.
Everything don't taste like chicken, Clyde.
Maybe you were thinking about the rosemary chicken.
The rosemary.
Maybe that's what you
Mary had a little lamb.
Mary had a little lamb chicken.
That was on the waffle. That was on the waffle.
Oh, no, I want to talk about them. I ate them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, those crab cake BLTs, they were so good that, like, I want to learn how to make them.
What did you get on the waffles. Jalapeno peppers, was that what that was?
Yeah. Yes.
Drizzled in honey.
Oh my God.
I saw it when he did the little drizzle.
Oh, man. We got footage of all that.
I know y'all got some
he was taking the little honey, throwing it to one hand and another. Like,
he was doing tricks.
Behind his back.
Man, it was so dope. It was amazing. Yes. Yeah, we got to talk to a lot of amazing people who have businesses and brands and who are doing great things. So yeah, shout out to everybody who was able to make it. And if you weren't able to make it, just stay on the lookout. Make sure you guys follow Tashara at Elijah Nador on Facebook and follow Confidence in a Cup and follow Arlinda Self and Self Love Movement on Facebook, because they're all planning for the next event. And
follow the 419 Grind. We got footage. So check us out too.
Yes,
absolutely.
For sure.
I mean, that's a given. You guys are definitely going to keep it locked here, and we're definitely going to make sure that we, keep you guys posted on everything that's going on.
And if you need coverage for your event, give us a call. We'll give you a price.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we do provide that service to come and broadcast live at your event, your grand opening, whatever it may be. So definitely
that's what we're here for.
Let us know. Yes. So let's get into these national headlines. Shae, you had some headlines you were looking at. What
so speaking of it, we said congratulations to our own Dr. Vic. And so I want to send out a congratulations to the late Chadwick Boseman. He won the Best Actor Drama Award at the 78th Golden Globe Awards this weekend.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, I loved him.
Yay!
Yes, and Black Panther.
Yes, congratulations.
And he's been gone about 2 years now.
It
hasn't been that long.
I think it might just be coming on a year.
Yeah, I think we're just going to probably be coming up on a year.
I'm just saying the fact that he's still getting awards.
That's amazing.
Yes, that is.
It's amazing. I love when I hear stuff like that, like where you hear, like stars who, have went on and their legacies are still standing. They're still being given the recognition for their work, know, because he was, kind of new and fresh. You know what I mean?
Right.
He did.
And I didn't know he played in so much stuff.
Yeah, I thought he had at least another dub on him.
Yeah, he was like right at his peak, and
crazy.
That's why it was so tragic that happened when it happened and how it happened. I mean,
and we didn't even know how. How bad it was.
That's what's so powerful.
He didn't tell anybody that he had cancer, not even his close family.
That's what they said. He waited way to the end, so he did good though. Because they were saying he was sick even filming Black Panther, but he pulled it together so strong. They didn't know it was to that magnitude.
Yeah, you would have never even known.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of could tell in that the little hookup he did on Netflix with Viola Davis. You kind of tell his neck was a little.
Yeah.
So he was a little slender. But
even the movie he did with
21 Bricks or what? The little cop movie he just did too?
No, with it was a Spike Lee movie that was on Netflix.
Oh, the war movie.
Five Guys or something.
Yeah,
you could tell he was a little sick.
I saw another one of his movies this weekend, 21 Bricks or 21.
Yeah, I heard he was in that one. That's why I said I didn't even know he was in that much stuff.
Too,
I have to watch that one.
He worked a lot.
Yeah,
he did.
Maybe that distraction kept him going.
Yeah,
stop thinking about.
Because he did such a good job.
I mean, being able to do what you love to do and at least be able to, have fun living your life while you're going through something like that. I guess that was probably the best part or the good part, even though he was battling that.
And I wouldn't tell nobody because you don't need to be doing that. A lot of times I get on my sister, you don't need to be doing that. But sometimes you gotta let people just do
what makes them happy.
That's probably why he didn't want nobody to know too, because people, when someone has cancer, then it's like everybody treats you different now. It's like he probably was like, I don't want anybody treating me like I'm handicapped or like I'm sorry, I don't know if that's the way I should say it, but or like I'm different, of doing things, so. And not even that people purposely do it, but just because they want to be more helpful or want to be, want to look out for the person because they know they're battling something like that. So the fact that he didn't want nobody to know because he just wanted to get through it and still work, that's amazing. So well, shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him, and then also shout out to an Indiana principal. He gives a student a haircut instead of disciplining him after he was sent to the office for wearing a hat.
I saw that. I saw that video or that picture, and I was like, oh, that's amazing.
That is. Instead of, getting them in trouble for doing something, find an alternative. It's always something positive.
Right, so instead of wearing your hat, you don't let the kids crack on you.
And then got him to get a referral or something because he wouldn't take it off instead of doing that. You know what I mean?
And that just goes to show, too, because he obviously took the time to figure out what it was. Like, instead of just being like, oh, you're being disrespectful. Or he probably asked him, so what is it? Why don't you want to take it off? Like, is it that, and then the kid felt, had enough trust in him to say, I don't feel comfortable. My hair isn't cut, or whatever. And then they fixed it instead of, getting him in trouble, and it's little things like that that can change a kid's life.
Yeah.
Literally.
The whole way how they look at school.
Step, and
literally.
That's with anybody. You know, that's one thing I love about here. If we notice somebody having an off day, we figure out instead of you just gotta know like what's wrong.
No, y'all be messing with me.
Well, that's because you always come in here passing gas and stuff. We talking about real problems.
Let's get back on line. You getting too much of the personal business away at the 409 girl.
Y'all are crazy.
But just a little kindness goes a long way. Sure. So shout out to him. So
I wanted to. Y'all asked me if I had anything and I forgot. I wanted to give a shout out to the family of the victim that was gunned down this weekend in the Regina Manor. I went to high school with her.
Wait, what happened?
I didn't even hear about that.
A female. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to get no disrespect to the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of people know. So, I went to high school with the woman that was gunned down in the Regina Manor.
Oh, that's
horrible.
Yeah, she was shot by a man. It's like my man, her brother was saying on Facebook. It's just senseless violence that don't have to happen. So I just condolences to the family.
Yeah, absolutely. Prayers.
I didn't either. I saw her picture. When you wake up and you look at Facebook, you see the picture and then you don't recognize. And then I kept scrolling, put two and two together, like, because she had nothing but a bubbly personality at Woodward.
Wow.
And I can remember. I don't even remember her arguing or
having beef with people.
Just being fun at school, and then something like that to happen. He's like, God, I went to school with her. We the same age. I'm 40. She's 40. She got kids.
That's heartbreaking.
And it was senseless from what I heard. I don't know what happened. I just heard it was an act of senseless violence. And,
oh my God!
Anything is senseless when somebody has to lose their life.
Yeah,
it's not.
So prayers to the family, and let's try to do better, Toledo. Let's try to tighten up.
Yeah, and then horrible. So speaking of that, it's a death out in L.A. It's a family is in desperate need of answers following the murder of 30-year-old Hakeem Jamal AJ. He was in city of Los Angeles. They are willing to help. They said he was shot as well, and they have no leads. He was a father of 3. He was in the community, doing things. So they're trying to figure out how did he lose his life as well. And that's terrible.
Oh, he wasn't shot by the police. It was just they just found him.
He tragically got gunned down last year. Actually, it's July 29th.
Oh, so they still looking.
While standing in his driveway, he got gunned down, and he was trying to run, but he collapsed, and they just shot him down.
Oh my gosh,
that's terrible.
So how they know he was trying to run and all that, and don't know who killed him?
I don't know, because it just say he tried to run and collapsed in a nearby backyard.
Eyewitnesses.
Eyewitnesses.
I was about to say, we're going to have to get them shit.
So that's sad. And again, I always hate for kids to lose a parent. He was a father of 3, and especially an active father. Like, that's even more heartbreaking. So we need to try and just stop this gun violence. Like, just go fight.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Go fight. I'd rather you
drink some Kool-Aid. Calm down. Breathe. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Goodness.
Hangry.
Bar.
A lot of people upset because they didn't eat. Go get some chicken. Call me. We go get some chicken together. Get some wings, little hot sauce.
Wingstop, he on the VIP.
I got on speed dial. Huh?
Garlic parm.
Garlic parm, a little butter, a little gravy on the side.
Not gravy.
I don't know. I was just talking.
No, I was supposed to say. That's a little too fat.
That's a little too much juice up. A little biscuit, you know what I'm saying?
Too much starch.
Now that young person you said in LA that lost their life, was he a rapper?
I think he was in the music community, but not like a big known. He was working in the industry, but he wasn't like a big known rapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We just had one of our guests in here was talking about I believe it was Al Visions. Yeah, was talking about one of his favorite artists or somebody he would like to work with would have been Mac Miller. And he just got his first platinum album. Speaking of people who are after they pass, receiving the recognition. I mean, he was getting a lot of recognition even before. I mean, he was really big before he passed away. But this is his first platinum album, the album Swimming. So congratulations to him.
What album number was that for him? Was that like his?
I want to say 3rd, maybe.
Like his 3rd studio album? Because I know he got a lot of mixtapes and all. Every rapper got a lot of stuff, but as far as what album? Because he really was cool, man.
I don't know. Whoever wrote this story must have messed it up because it says Firth. So I don't know if it's a 4th or 5th, but but one of those.
We're not gonna give credit to that.
Shout out to the Source magazine.
I don't think they'll get you the plagiarism.
But no, congratulations to him on that. Whatever album it was, that's a great accolade. Sad that it had to be, after his,
untimely death.
That's tragic.
Yeah,
tragic.
But at least he has left a legacy, and
That's what it's all about.
I was just going to say, we definitely.
Did he have children?
I was
Does anybody know?
that same thing.
No,
he didn't.
Okay.
Well, hopefully he's taking care of somebody in his family. No, I mean,
right. I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. No,
that's a part of that legacy. Taking care of the ones that's still alive.
For sure. Because I think every person, we all, I think, have a why. Everybody has a why for why they even do what they do, and I'm sure
sometimes it ain't always kids. It's a mama or it's an auntie. It's an uncle. Somebody.
Yeah.
He could have just been hungry.
Man,
I'm done with you.
Yeah, but those are our trending topics. Those are our trending topics.
So Leah, hold on. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
You mentioned, remember you said the people that's fighting for Toledo this weekend? I saw your shirt.
Thank you. See, that's how we hold each other down. Hold me down, Clyde. Hold me down, because we cannot forget to talk about that. That was supposed to be part of the local trending topic. So we want to say shout out to Pulse Boxing. Antoine Jones and Wesley Tucker fought over the weekend. And we just want to say, shout out to them. Congratulations on the fights. And, we wish you guys much continued success.
419 stand up, baby. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sure. In other states, making things happen, performing, living your passion, doing what you do, putting on for the city. So
putting us on the map.
Yes, we definitely want to say shout out to Pulse Boxing, Antoine Jones, and Wesley Tucker.
And Vic Green, he's the head of that over there.
Oh, yes, Vic Green. Yep,
sure.
Definitely. So, shout out to them. So, thank you for that, Clyde.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to our sponsors, Hotbox, Lyman Humidop, Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church,
Sounds about right.
Jay Rush Jennings, and Lance Self, the People Salesman. And if you would like to become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to the Rise and Grind at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show. So we're going to take a quick break. We want you guys to stay tuned. We got 2 guests coming up, so keep it locked right here. We'll be back.
Ohio wanna rise. You don't want no problem with us guys. Ohio wanna rise. Yeah, look. Name a better duo. Ain't no niggas you know. I came from the heavens. Parked the car on Pluto. The Audemars Hublot. Pockets fat as sumo. Women on me, they wanna do the I'm not the number 2. I'm the numero uno. When me and Fi together, the conflict is crucial. The diamonds is future. My cousin is shooter. Other one a scammer. Another one a booster. I like 'em dark, full of melanin. I'm a fix, she my medicine. Her ass shake like it's gelatin. The plug called, he bout the melanin. Your man called, he bout to tell again. They got him preaching like the Reverend now. This local shit is irrelevant.
First experience going to a dealership, I had bad credit, and the salesman made me feel horrible. I don't ever want you to have that feeling nor that experience. I guess that's why for the past 9 years they call me the people salesman. Good credit or bad credit, it does not matter to me. No matter your situation, if there's a way to get what you want done, I promise you, I will do everything I can to find it. So please be sure to stop and see me today at your people salesman.
What's going on, everybody? This is Lance Self, is who I am.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And we are the Selfs, and here to present our show called Self-Explanatory.
Yes, it's our podcast presented by 419 Grind.
That name just has a ring to it. Self-Explanatory. I feel like we're about to just be explaining a bunch of shit. This is true. I feel that's what it's about to be.
Well, I think we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about marriage, of course.
Okay.
We've been married, 2 years now, right?
2 years, we've been together for 8.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. That's a long time.
Y'all going to ask what took so long.
What did take? You know what? We'll get there.
Self-explanatory.
We're going to talk about blended families.
Yeah.
Praying for your spouse. Gender roles. Living with family members. Cheating. Raising kids. Family upbringing. Being there for your spouse. Finances. Being a wife and a husband. trying to be together and be individuals at the same time, which is one of the things.
It took a while.
It's taken a while, but it's the fun part. We're learning that.
That's what marriage is.
It's a process.
It's a life journey. It's not an overnight thing. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of days where I'm trying to be individual. I get on your nerves because of my individual ways. I can tell you one thing for damn sure though. Definitely get on my nerves. It'd be a lot. She definitely gets on my nerves, but I love her.
I get on your nerves?
Yes, it's possible. You do a lot. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong? Hey. I am Lance Self.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And this is the Self-Explanatory Podcast, presented by 419 Grind.
Listen on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard.
Amen. 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 Hey, look, they see the favor and they wanna know the flavor. When I tell them that it's salty, they be looking at me crazy. If it ain't got no salt, then you really can't taste it. Gotta season with the season just to show them that you made it, huh? They gon' hate you when they see you doing cool, and they wanna see you fair, even if you ain't in school. Tell them keep it pushing, no exception to the rule. When you argue with a fool, one fool turn into two. Don't do it. No, don't do it. No, don't do it, man. Them boys is big and deaf. With that language, they're influent. Stay loaded with that scripture just in case you gotta shoot it. I be riding with the word, that spiritual carpooling. Lost it how I got it, so I switched up how I get it. Hit it, lick, and got licked. So I switched up my position. It's like a restaurant. How this boy here, he be tipping Jesus on the main line. Yeah, I got his extension. Yeah, I got his permission to flip it, mix it, and switch it to make sure they comprehend it. Receive it, don't get offended. Threes on me like Scottie Pippen. It's magic how they be tricking. The magic constant uplifter with power in every sentence. Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of bed. Flu games in the spirit mean I'm falling sick. Yeah, your weight a little off. That's that counterfeit. Every situation got a scripture we can counter with. Win some, lose some. I ain't even think about it. Got more win than I got losses now that I think about it. Walk it how you talk it if you really be about it. Cause them trials and tribulations, they gon' come and see about it. Love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Hey, love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Huh? Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of big. Too many blessings, need another hand to count them with. If you talking about the truth, we can politic. Do it for the love, don't do it to get no compliments. We the soul of the earth, get on your condiments. He already numbered my steps, don't need a bit. So I'm walking in my purpose, on purpose. I ain't perfect, but I'm working, cause I know the serpent lurking. Talking about me crazy, the cheek, I gotta turn it and spit his word up like a baby that need burping. I'm trying to kill this flesh, closed casket, no service. All this fleshly living got me ashy, no jerkins. Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of bed. Grace and mercy if you ask me what I'm working with. Gold streets for the pavement, that's a kingdom brick. This little light of mine shine cause I'm king of win some, lose some. I ain't even think about it. Got more win than I got losses now that I think about it. Walk it how you talk it if you really be about it. Cause them trials and tribulations, they gon' come and see about it. Love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Hey, love me now, don't love me later. Got them asking where it come from every time they see the favor. Yeah, I'm blessed, boy, a lot of big. MZ Hammer with the faith, boy, I'm too legit. So much faith up in my house, you can bottle with. Be careful what you bite, don't choke, trying to swallow it.
The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on 419 The Grind.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah, Renee, Shae, Clyde. Shae K. I was trying to say Clyde and Shae K at the same time.
Shae Clyde. Don't try to make it my fault. I was listening to
Shae
I was listening to Mike Chalk. I didn't know that was Mike Chalk rapping. Why y'all didn't tell me that?
Shout out to Mike Chalk.
Shout out to Mike Chalk.
Listen, get that down low.
Look,
I'm blessed.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
I
that.
like
And you
that.
know what it is? You know what about that song is like if you weren't really paying attention to the words, you would think it's like a club song. Like it gets you hyped
it
at the
needs to be
same
a
time.
club
But then when
song.
you
You
really
can be blessed in the club.
that's what I'm saying.
sure.
Like then when you actually listen to the words, it's like, dang, this hype and he talking about something. Like,
Hey.
Yeah, but you're on the Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah, Renee, Shae K, Clyde, Green, Talaia, and Jay, and we have a new guest.
Yeah.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good
Yes.
morning. Tell the listeners and the viewers who you are, what your brand name is, and where you grew up.
And what's your zodiac sign?
All right, my name is Michael Boyd. I'm the owner of Paul Anthony Fashion Company.
Shout
I'm
out.
from Toledo. I went to Bowser. I'm a Scorpio.
Hey, me too. What's your birthday?
Best sign.
November
20th.
Mine November 2nd.
Okay.
Best sign. You said it right. Hey.
So November 2nd and November 20th. So y'all got the whole month?
Yeah.
That's okay because I know like a lot of them.
No. It ends the 22nd is the last day.
Oh.
I got the same.
That's like towards
Future.
the end of the month
I got
though.
the same birthday as Future.
Oh, okay.
That mean you toxic.
I don't know about the male Scorpios, but me over here.
So you said you went to Bowser?
Yeah.
So what side of town did you grow up? That's a South End.
I
Okay,
went,
South
I
End.
went to Start first. I grew up on the
Roy
west
C?
side, but then I went to Bowser after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you came out of high school, did you try college at all, or what'd you do when you were done with high school?
I was working, and then I went to UT.
What kind of work did you get into?
I was doing home health care like before I went to UT, and then I went to UT.
Rockets.
I crossed Iota Phi Theta.
Hey.
Okay.
Talk your stuff. Talk your stuff. I know that's right.
I love it.
My sister's sweetheart. Absolutely.
That's what's up.
And then I ain't graduate
What'd you
college.
major in college?
I was doing business.
Okay.
But I ain't graduate, so I went to trade school.
Okay.
So I'm
What
HVAC
trade did you get?
HVAC. Yeah, I'm a plumber too.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, multi-talented.
Yes. So smart because it's if college isn't for you, which it isn't for everyone, that's the next step is go get a trade. Make sure you get a skill under your belt.
If it's too hot, I can make you a sweatshirt to fix your air conditioner.
yeah,
double pay, double book.
So what year was it that you got into HVAC?
That was
How long
like
have you been?
2016, 2017.
It's about 5 years. Been
Yeah.
Okay. And how's that been going for you?
I moved to Florida. That helped me
wow.
go to Florida, and I did maintenance and everything down there and worked for an HVAC company. And then that was cool. It helped me like get places.
Right,
Like,
right.
I ain't trying to be working all the time like that. That's hard work.
Yeah.
What made you come back?
So you came back from Florida?
Yeah, I came back from Florida to grow my brand. Like I started my brand really in Florida. I was customizing shoes in Toledo for a little bit, but then when I went to Florida, I just started doing classes how to sew. And I'm like, I want to get the city.
Dang, you
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
We need to have you at Joanne Fabrics teaching some classes or
Yeah,
something.
well, I'm about to start teaching classes at my shop.
Oh, that's your stuff. I know that's right. I like that.
He got a nice little shop too.
That's so dope because I don't think I've ever heard a man say I know how to sew. Like, and I'm going to teach classes on how to sew.
Well, here on the #1 podcast, you hear things like that.
I love that. So not only do I do HVAC, but then I can sew something. Like, those are two great skills to have.
Oh, Mary had a little lamb.
I really wanted to start sewing because the females, I know a lot of strippers, so I wanted to start making exotic heels.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I went to
The costumes?
No, the exotic heels. Like, I want to start making heels with exotic leather.
Yeah. Oh, the snake skin and stuff too. I seen you.
There's real money in that. Them shoes are expensive.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't really mess with the shoes too much no more. I got to tap in more to it. I've been doing with the clothes more. But I want to do the shoes again. I just know how to do it. I just ain't been really tapping in.
So you do like dancer outfits as well?
No, I ain't really tapped in with that. I just want to do some more of the heels.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I like shoes, but doing heels is kind of hard because I don't really understand what's comfortable for y'all. So I don't really like messing with heels, but I know how to make sneakers.
If you need some testers, we got feet available.
Right. just send me a sample and I'll let you know.
Let me see your logo, man, because I did your logo and explain that. The ostrich with the heart. Explain that.
So I do exotic leathers. I mess with that. So ostrich leather is like one of the most expensive leathers. You'll see it like on cowboy boots or purses.
Right.
It lasts like 8 to 10 years.
Wow. Yeah.
So like that's why I've chosen. Longevity is fancy.
I love it. Where'd you come up with the name from? I thought that was your real name.
Yeah, I did too.
And I'm like, okay, wait, where did you get Paul from?
My first name Michael Anthony and my middle name Paul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was some blow stuff one day.
But it works. You get your best ideas.
Yeah, for real.
That's the best creative time.
And Leah was asking you about your face tat. Explain that to the people that see you out there. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's my mama.
Like it hurt,
her name Twana. I love her. That's my baby.
Yeah. That's who only could get that. Is my
that's
mama.
Real
That's
love,
right?
That's love. Yeah, that's amazing. So I think I had asked you if you had any children. You said no. That's
a big flex.
Yes, and that's not, not to say that there's anything wrong with anyone. We all have kids, so there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that you're 28, you're a boss, and you don't have any children, just really trying to make a way for yourself. That's really something to be said. Really something to be proud of.
Clothes, though.
I mean, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of the kids. I'm scared of baby mamas.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm scared of crazy people.
Yeah, you should. Stay away.
I mean, you're doing it the right way. You definitely want to, do it the right way. Because we're all, have experience. We're all traumatized.
A little traumatized.
Yeah, you're doing it the right way. No, so your brand is about when did it become official? Like, how long have you been going with?
I got my LLC last year.
Oh, okay, during the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah. But I made the name like maybe 2 years ago, and then
So what was it? COVID? Was that what made you finally say, you know what, it's time to really take this serious?
I guess you could say that. I mean, my job got rid of me like in March, so yeah.
So because of COVID?
Yeah.
Okay,
I started making masks and it started booming, so yeah, I did. It was because of COVID, I guess.
Okay, so you said you started with the masks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how Paul Anthony really got the booming in Toledo. Like when I started making masks, I was doing Louis Vuitton leather. I buy purses back in Florida and I bust them down and just make stuff out of them.
Dang, you real creative.
Right. Because I was with you when you did the other episode, so I know a little bit. Yeah. Tell Shae and Leah, like some of the artists that you work with and made clothes for.
Oh yeah, so I work with Dame Dot, Sada Baby.
Wow.
Rambo. He on my opening day on my shop, he spent $1,500 with me.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. That's when you were down in Florida?
No, this is in Toledo. I got a store in Toledo.
Oh wow.
Yeah. When we had him on the show.
Remember Rambo came here. He had on.
Okay, yeah.
He had on the Paul Anthony jeans when he came in.
Okay, Go ahead and tell the people where your shop is.
One of the videos I played, one of the artists had Paul Anthony clothes. I was like, that's Paul Anthony. You get to see your logos. I'm like, that's what dude. I was at the shop.
I'm sorry. The support be cool. Oh God, I like it. Yeah, my shop on 705 North Reynolds, right next to AutoZone.
Awesome.
What inspired you to start want to do clothes? Like, how old were you, and what made you be like, this is my passion?
I ain't really never had no passion to make clothes, but like I always liked to dress. I started wearing jabots back in like that's when I started. That's when I started liking fashion, like Fusion Jordans. That's when I started liking fashion, but I started customizing shoes like 2014 and I stopped. Then when I went to Florida, I went to Atlanta and this girl in the club just said like, you might make the shoes. And I'm like, damn, I need to start back doing that. I started doing that and I was like, let me just start making clothes because I don't know, just something different. I want to stand out. I'm low-key trying to get famous. I ain't gonna lie.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
We all trying to get a bag.
We trying to help.
That's what we here for.
Toledo famous right now.
Hey.
Show.
So I heard you list some of the people that you've already worked with. Who's on your list to be like, I made it? Like, who would you really want to custom something for?
Like white people. I promise you, like, if I get white people, like that's how I'm gonna know. Like,
is it a top white person that you like?
Top white person,
or they just gotta be white,
right?
Just, like, if I get,
just knowing that you crossed on that other side.
Right. If I get that in like Arabic people, like if I can get different nationalities, that's how I know I'm doing something. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if I get Future or something, that's cool. But like, I gotta get that consistent money. So if I get that other side, that's dope.
Yeah,
you look at people sometimes like, man, you need to let me dress you. Have you ever watched the show and looked at me like,
I'm pretty sure.
You ain't know me long.
Man, come holler at me on North Reynolds. I got this ostrich for you real quick.
That's enough on me.
I'm weak. I don't be like in some people's styles, but like it be more. I don't be thinking like how I could change. I be like I want to do something. I don't know. It be weird. I don't be really looking at too many other people, but like if somebody be like, "What can you do for me?" I know what to do for you.
Right. Okay. That's what's up.
Like, let me upgrade you.
Let me upgrade.
So with having, like you said, the skill in HVAC and also knowing how to sew and having your own store, are you still working in HVAC too? How do you balance the both? Are they two different businesses? How are you balancing both of those?
I'm the maintenance man at the Courtyard, North Steel Court. I don't know, man. They done got rid. They don't got rid of me, but they unemployed me. I ain't heard from them. My manager ain't trying to talk to me. So
you still on the roster? You just ain't got no hours.
Yeah.
Sound like you need to be filed for unemployment on that one.
Right.
You gonna be waiting for that though.
Oh, unemployment try to play you?
Listen, we all been doing that.
We all waiting.
Man, I'm telling you.
Better keep making them forces. Man, put that force up there. I didn't even see that.
He said put it up there.
Your feet don't stink, do they?
No.
I'm just saying.
That's hot. Yeah.
Look at that.
I appreciate it.
He can do that to your forces. Paul Anthony.
So wait, did you actually do that? Like
You
to where
ripped
you
the
ripped
Nikes?
it and
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, you was disrespectful.
But you put it back respectfully, though.
right, respectfully.
I seen that the other day when he came in.
Oh.
That's pretty dope. I
You ain't
like
gonna
it.
make me see.
No, you good. It's nice.
That's a nice shoe though. I wanted them to see that because I saw it.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
Cool.
real dope.
Yeah, I don't really do too much customizing shoes no more. I got like a VIP thing with my brand I'm about to start. So people that spend like a certain amount gonna get VIP membership, and you can get in a certain spot in my store. I got a basketball room you can shoot in there, and then like certain clothes I'm gonna release to them.
That's
Hold on, wait, you got a VIP section in your clothing store?
Yeah, you ain't seen it yet.
Shut the front door. You
Got a
put it
red rope.
together when you
Yeah.
you doing it on
I got a
Facebook.
red rope.
Now
and
that's dope
everything.
because I ain't heard about nobody else doing that, and that makes your customers feel special. I mean,
yeah.
you know, so that's
We
pretty
popping
dope.
bottles in the clothing store. VIP.
How do you become a VIP member?
For real, like a lot of people that already shop with me already gonna get it.
Oh, okay, so
But,
it's kind of like people who have kind of been with you from the beginning. They are your VIPs.
day ones.
Okay, got you.
But like when I get official rules, it's gonna be like you done spend like just say 200, you get the it's gonna be a standard, elite, and a pro. You can
Okay,
get
hey, I ain't mad
That's
at
what finish
you.
line is. So you official
Okay,
getting up there.
I like that. I
And
like
people
that.
love getting the status and be like, oh, let me spend some more to get this. They love doing that.
Anthony.
Hell yeah.
Right.
That's
I
what's
love that.
up. Yes.
And so I mean, you kind of took my question from me because I was gonna say, like, you know, is there anything else, you know, that you're working on? But outside of that, like, is there anything else that you want to do with your brand, or even maybe with another brand? Do you have other ideas?
I really just want to keep growing mine. It'd be a couple of people want to do collabs, but it's kind of hard because I'll be so busy with mine.
Yeah.
And a lot of people be messaging me, and I don't be getting back to them.
Yeah.
They think I'll be acting
Trying
funny.
to be funny, and it's
But
like,
I'll be
no.
so busy.
Yeah.
I just got done with this fashion show in Akron, so like.
I saw you
Oh,
this
congratulations.
weekend.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was
that's
cool.
what's
It
If
was
you
all
ever need
love.
some models, you know,
yeah.
certified model right
Definitely
here.
do.
So, Paul Anthony, see you brought the ladies some sweatshirts.
I put mine in the front room.
You try to act like you ain't know I wore 3X. It's cool, but ladies, show him what he got. That's Paul
He
Anthony.
said he's still sewing it together. He got you.
He had to go get some more material. It's cool. I know. But I like that. Let me see yours, Leah. I like that with the Paul Anthony.
What's that on the back?
And then
Oh, yeah. Oh,
the
man.
ostrich face.
That's nice.
That's
You ain't
nice.
pulled that out till
Nice.
Leah was
This
up.
is nice.
Hey, hold on. I need the trade. Let's got the ostrich on the back. Yeah, that's cute.
Oh, this is dope. I didn't even see the back.
yeah,
Hold on.
and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see the back until
But
I just like held it up, and I
Look
was
at
like,
the ostrich. How the ostrich looking like what?
right, like what?
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
Yeah.
something.
Right.
I like that.
Oh.
Look, hey, I like this because now I got eyes behind me. I see you. Okay, I see you.
That was a good one.
He didn't even know it was my birthday tomorrow. He done got me a birthday gift.
Look, you got her Shae's birthday gift.
Happy birthday.
Hey, y'all see how I'm trying to be so cool and I ain't got one. Yeah, that's good.
Well, I ain't got one either.
But you know, y'all know where he located, so
Yeah,
pull
this
up
my
on
dude.
him.
I already know he gonna give me the guy. I'll make you feel real bad till we leave today. He should have brought me one. He should have.
How has the reception been like when you brought the brand back to Toledo?
It was hard at first, but I don't know. After like I kept doing it, the shoes really what got me going in Toledo.
Right.
And then once like certain people started wearing the jeans, it just started going. It took time. I had to stay consistent and
Sacrifice.
yeah, a lot of time. And like I had a lot of money too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I give away
money
free
to make
stuff.
money.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, it was a lot of sacrifice, but it's definitely worth it. I'm still grinding. I ain't gonna say I even made it. I don't feel like I'm doing nothing.
Well, you making it to us, and I like to see your progress and you evolving. Like we're evolving. That's what we evolving.
I appreciate it.
Let's say I seen the ones you did for Rambo. Them was hot.
Oh yeah, what the
I
shoes?
fucked with them.
Wait, what you talking about?
The ones with the snake.
Oh yeah. That's the ones I made with the python. That's the one he bought for $1,500.
Wow.
He spent the check on that.
Is that the orange python that you showed us at the shop?
Yeah, he showed us that skin.
Yeah, if I made that real python and calf leather.
I mean, how does that make you feel when people, because I mean, $1,500, he could have went and got some Balenciagas, you know what I mean? And not to say that Balenciaga is any better than your brand. I'm just saying, how does that make you feel when people choose to go and spend $1,500 on your brand other than a actual, designer, that's...
Man, that was a blessing. Like, I look at it, man. I'm locked in. Whatever he want, man. Sometimes he come in the store, I just throw him something, cause like, man, I remember that, cause I ain't gonna lie. That's when I first got the shop. I didn't know how I was gonna pay the next month rent.
Right. Yeah.
Like when that came, man, that's a love. He ain't know how much that meant to me.
Right.
Like,
so he definitely a part of the VIP club.
He passed it. That make you appreciate your worth as well.
Yeah.
You learn your worth. Like, man, I'm worth. Motherfucker, come and give me $1,500 for
you're not gonna take no less than.
Now you can make that your standard.
Oh God,
you know what I'm saying? You create a platform for yourself.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the clothes he done bought first. He done made my price like I'd be like wherever he spend, that'd be the price.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So you gotta be. If you can't pay with Rambo pay, you can't afford one.
Yeah.
And you when I was at the shop, Leah, the shirt you had on with the broken heart. Realer.
Oh yeah.
Don't you carry that brand as well in your stock?
All local brands in my store.
Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
I love that.
Realer, Trending, CBTS.
That's so dope. Right. I love it.
TNR brand.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So when you be looking for them local clothes,
I love it. That's really nice.
What gave you that idea to do that? Most people be like, oh, you ain't about to be coming up here and getting.
Cause I knew like everybody need I'm trying to break that in. Everybody need to help each other.
That's your way to collab with people without necessarily having to, like you said, I'm busy, but hey, if you want to come and have your brand represented here, we can, we can talk about that. That's a really dope. That's a dope situation. So I like that.
And it's time for us to start coming together and working together. I might not can't buy your shirt, but I can put it in my store with yours. And if somebody like it, they can get it.
Right.
And you can't find no local brands in the mall for real.
Right. Yeah. So there's like a one-stop shop for all these different brands. That's a real. I like that. I like that a lot.
Name the brands that's in your shop right now.
Realer, Trending, TNR brand, CBTS, and that's it.
That's
and I got two shoe vendors on the wall. One is her name Jay Jefferson, and the other one is Shae Wilson.
That's what's really dope.
That's dope.
Yes, that is amazing.
So what would be your advice to someone who not even just wants to get into clothing, but someone who is fearful? They have a job or they don't have a job, and they have a vision. They're trying to get started, but they don't even believe in themselves. What would be your advice to that person?
Man, it's really gonna take a situation that's gonna make you go hard. Like, I didn't want to get no fashion store. I really wanted to throw another trap and paint, and the dude was charging me like $800 for the venue. I'm like, man, I could get my own venue, and it's like he kind of made me mad. So I'm like, let me just show him I can do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's gonna be something to make you mad to make you want to go hard. That's how it was for me.
You hosted trap and paints too?
Yeah, I did trap and paint a couple months ago, and that's what I wanted to do, to start doing classes, and like I ain't had nowhere to throw the classes at, and so I wanted to be professional.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, let me just make it a fashion store too, and it's more of a fashion store now for the classes.
Man, you are.
Yeah, so the trap and paint, that's like, talk about that a little bit, like with.
So I mean, like you would come there, I'll have something already sketched for you. You would just paint it your own way. Have music. I have music, chicken wings.
Okay, so it's like all trap music.
Chicken wings.
Okay,
we there.
And this was at your store?
No, this was at a venue. I had like 40 people come.
Now, how we miss out on this?
Right, and the chicken wings.
Man, I guess it was a low promotion. It was before Paul thing was really growing. You feel me? It was like the beginning when I first came back.
So that means you gotta throw another one. You gotta double back.
Yeah. Well, you throw another one. We do provide that service, so definitely make sure you holler at
looking blast that live.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you got me some Frank's Red Hot and Ranch, and we good. I'm in there.
I like blue cheese.
I got you, man.
He need his own sauce. He double dips.
Bro, you stay on that old shit, bro.
Now, I know that you said you started you started the brand a couple years ago, but you actually like made it official, you know, in this past March. What has been the biggest challenge, you know, since really trying to become a businessman and, you know, having your own business? What's been your biggest challenge with that?
Paying my bills.
Right. All of our challenge.
Everything I get, you feel I put it back in the shop and I put it back in some clothes. So it's like paying the bills be something, but like you can all just be grinding for it.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, I'm glad you said that because a lot of people think business, sell something, make some money, and don't know it's a sacrifice. You got to keep the bills paid. You got to re-up. You know what I'm saying? You don't really, like they said this weekend at the conference, you don't really see a profit till about 10 or 12 years later.
What?
You know what I'm saying? It's all about building your brand and growing. So I like you saying that, acknowledging it.
Yeah, and investing back into it.
Yeah, like I ain't got no loans or no grants when I'm working on that, but like, man, it's grinding because I'm paying my house and my
I can only imagine.
Girl, man, stuff
I promise y'all. That's all I need. I don't need no kids.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's why you ain't got no kids.
Man, I get no child support payment work. They come. Child support gonna set up an office in your VIP.
A representative right there checking that.
So is there a lucky lady in your life?
Nah.
No lucky lady in your life?
You ain't taking no risk.
Just your mama, huh?
Yeah, my mom.
You ain't accepting applications?
I would if they be. I would.
Okay, so you're open to love.
for reviews.
Yeah, but I'm inconsistent. So I be hanging out.
You know what? Hey, I love the realness. That's real.
You're not inconsistent. You busy.
I swear I'm busy, but they look. You going to sleep early? You ain't doing that.
If you don't want a broke man, you better get you a busy man.
Man, listen.
Nah,
tell them to pull up and help count inventory.
Period.
Any man that got all day to spend with you ain't what you want.
That's right.
Listen.
But there is a difference between being busy and inconsistent. I mean, you know.
All right, I'll be busy for real. I ain't inconsistent.
Make it sound good, man.
Now, is there anything that you're looking forward to that's coming up? Like, do you have some more shows that you're working on? Summertime is coming. The weather looking good.
A lot of rappers and stuff going to Miami this March, so I gotta get a couple of them, some outfits, and then
what's going on in Miami in March?
I don't know.
Is that the All-Star? No, that ain't the All-Star game.
No, I starts
really
February.
Want to give out no dates if they don't want to let it be known. But it's sometime they go in March, and I'm trying to just get their outfits done.
No, Memorial's May.
Oh,
yeah, I wonder what's going on. But you like, I don't care. Cut me a check. What you need?
And then Rambo having that his concert with the Melodic Cypher. They doing that performance.
Okay. When is that?
I think it's like the 30th. I don't know the real date. No,
it's here.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, is that the way he trying to do it? All occasions? Is it all occasions?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I remember he was talking about that when he was
okay.
We'll be hearing about it. Somebody call us.
For sure.
So that means you booked him busy.
Yeah.
Busy, that's right. Get that paper, man.
I don't know if anybody asked you this, but is there any like designers that you like look up to or that you?
I be looking at documentaries like Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Virgil. That's about who I really be looking.
Yeah. That would be dope.
Yeah. So does your mom help out? Like, is she a big part of your company? Does she help with like the business side of things? Or do you have a team of people with you? Like, how are you managing every single thing? Because it's a lot that goes into a business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on like getting a team together, but like a lot is really by myself. Like everything I did in my store, I did by myself. Like I got a couple people that help like certain projects I didn't need help with, but man, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't did majority of it by myself.
Yeah,
you ain't got time to wait.
I'm good. Yeah. But if I need my mom though, she definitely there. I didn't been short on a couple bills. She definitely been there. I ain't gonna lie.
Sure.
Yes,
so,
sure. Shout out to Mom Dude.
Yeah, shout out to mamas because my mommy be holding me down too. Let me tell you. So yeah, we can't do what we do without our mamas.
I know you wouldn't put her name on your face for no reason.
Are you the only child, or do you?
Yeah,
have
I'm the only child.
That's what's up.
That's
so
actually
really
my second
grinding.
time having. I got it right here too.
That's what's up.
Right, you like
Shout out
double love.
Mama.
So you have a good relationship with your father?
No, I don't know my white side. He white. Yeah.
What? A white baby daddy done ran off?
Man, you don't hear about that. You don't hear about that too often.
Yeah, so I'm all black. You feel me? I don't know my white
That's my
side.
baby. That is my baby. Got my name on him.
But then, like you said, you want to get to the white side time. Don't be trying to get a check once you make it over.
Yeah, tell them. Don't be coming out the woodwork.
I've started therapy. I also got my kids in therapy. I just feel like we all go through something because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
We all fighting inner demons. So, like you said, you don't have nobody to talk to, but that's what them people are there for. That's what they getting paid to do.
Absolutely.
And they don't know you outside of here, so that's even better. You know, they ain't giving you no type of judgmental.
Sometimes
it's
you
just
just
straight.
want somebody to talk to.
Of
You
course,
want them to
so-
talk back. You want them to listen to you and not have an opinion.
Because bottling up them feelings don't do nothing. It causes to act out, be toxic, and you know how Scorpios get. So we definitely need that release. I think everybody should get that for sure.
My cousin, he a Muslim. He said he about to come down here for Ramadan. I think that's gonna be good for me. He gonna just spread his stuff on me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yep. It's called partition. Yes, definitely.
Just take the blessings in, even if that's not what you follow. Just receive those blessings.
Yes. Yes.
Good vibes.
Yes. Well, we want to say thank you to you guys for tuning in. We got another guest coming up, so definitely keep it here, keep it locked. We're gonna take a quick break. We want to say shout out to our sponsors: Hotbox, Lima Umadap, Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, and Lance Self, the People Salesman.
Yes.
And if you would like to become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show. Yeah. So keep it locked right here. We'll be right back.
So how you been?
I've been good. How about you?
I'm doing good. You looking nice.
Thank you. You look good.
What you been up to?
No, nothing much, really.
Chilling. You single?
Actually, I have a boyfriend.
How long y'all been together?
About 2 years.
2 years? Oh. Are you just gonna move on fast like that?
Well, the rate we was going, it felt like it was over with.
For real? Who is that you texting?
My boyfriend.
Is that him?
Yeah, we actually have something to do tonight. Yeah.
Well, can I get like 5 minutes here? It's like 5 minutes without you texting? Please, thank you. So do you think about me often?
Actually, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What you be thinking about?
So remember that time we went horseback riding?
Horseback riding? It's my first time. Remember when I failed the horse and you ain't help me up
gosh,
or
that
nothing?
was
Just
really
laughing at me and
that
stuff
was
like
hilarious.
that. Super fun moment though.
Yeah.
Super fun moment. You happy?
Yeah.
Why you hesitate if you happy? Well, look, I'm not even gonna hold you up. I love you. I think I'm in love with you. I know I'm in love with you. I just think we should be together. I think you should give me more chance.
Tracy, I really love my boyfriend.
You really love him?
Yes.
What you doing here right now, drinking by yourself? Where you think he at? What you think he doing?
Well, I hope he's at home.
Hope.
Eating for me.
So what you doing here by yourself?
I mean, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe, right? You know you can have a vibe forever if you was with me, right? Well, look. I'm gonna stop right there. I really don't want y'all to work. I'm just keeping it real with you. So when you're done with your little situation, your little entanglement, get with me, all right? All right. No green, my color, right?
I remember that. Remember that.
So good to see you.
Okay, Tracy, the separation is early. When did you notice that you had it?
Well, I think I noticed it early on when I was like 12. My pops left me, my mom followed suit. And for the rest of my life, I've just been feeling like every time somebody leaves me, I just get depressed and just down, you know?
And how did that make you feel?
Depressed, angry, a lot of self-doubt.
And how do you cope with that?
I don't think I have.
Meditation?
I don't care who you with, they don't matter. I feel I should come first. Yeah. Cause the truth of the matter is, if they ain't me, they'll know your worth. I know where you're at, I know where you're sad, I know where you're horny, girl, and what makes you laugh. What's your favorite color, girl, but he don't know that. Them freaky little things you like, but he don't do that. Girl, your heart belongs to me. And when that nigga fuck up, and he gon' fuck up, call on me. This might be selfish, I can't help it, but I feel I'm entitled. I feel I'm entitled. I feel like when it come to us, I feel I'm entitled. I swear that I don't give a fuck, I still feel I'm entitled. I feel like I'm entitled. I feel like I'm entitled to you. I feel like I deserve it. Entitled. Just call on me, I'm at your service. I feel I'm entitled. When he don't treat you Yo, we been doing this. I ain't your side nigga, no, this some deeper shit. When we make love, it's so raw, I go deeper in it. She said I go deeper in it. He think he doing something, cause he out with my woman. Whenever she needs me, she know that I'll come running. Go ahead and have your little fun, cause I'm a number one. When it's all said and done, she gon' choose me, cause her heart belongs to me. And when you fuck up, cause you gon' fuck up, she know where I'll be. This might be selfish, I can't help it, but I feel I'm entitled. Yeah. I feel I'm entitled. I feel like when it come to us, oh yeah. I feel I'm entitled. Swear I don't give a fuck. I feel I'm entitled. I feel like I'm entitled. I feel like I'm entitled. Yeah. I feel like I deserve it. Entitled. Just call on me, I'm at your service. I feel I'm entitled. When he don't treat you like you're worth it. I feel I'm entitled. Even though we ain't got no title, I still feel like I'm entitled to you. Ain't gonna lie, I don't want you to be happy. I don't want you with nobody if it's not me. I just keep on playing my roles as it should be.
I'm entitled to you.
That sounds like ownership.
Do you?
Rise and Grind Morning Show, presented by 419 The Grind.
Okay.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah, Renee, Shae, Clyde, Green, and Jay, and Talaia. And we got our boy Mike with Paul Anthony in the building.
Yeah.
We thank you for stopping in. It's been a great interview, but definitely before you go, we want you to let the listeners and viewers know again where your shop is located and also where they can find you on social media.
My shop is 705 North Reynolds, Toledo, Ohio. And you can find me on Instagram at RollingStoner_Mike. And the shop is Paul_VNTHONY. The A is V. And you can find me on Facebook, Paul Anthony. Don't follow me on Facebook, bro. I be talking crazy.
Facebook ain't his business, baby.
Okay,
I'm about to follow you now.
I be talking crazy.
Well, we appreciate you stopping in, and definitely make sure you stay posted. Keep us posted with everything you got coming up. We love exclusives here at the Rise and Grind Morning Show. So anytime you have an event, a new line that's coming out, anything, just
hit
make
me up
sure
with
you
my hoodie ready.
hit us up, and we'll get you back on here.
Say less.
Hey,
Thank y'all.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. So yes, we're gonna take one more quick break, and then we're gonna bring in our next guest. So you guys keep it locked right here on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Ohio on the rise.
Oh yeah.
First experience going to a dealership, I had bad credit, and the salesman made me feel horrible. I don't ever want you to have that feeling nor that experience. I guess that's why for the past 9 years they call me the people salesman. Good credit or bad credit, it does not matter to me. No matter your situation, if there's a way to get what you want done, I promise you, I will do everything I can to find it. So please be sure to stop and see me today at your people salesman.
Ohio on the rise. You don't want no problem with us guys. Ohio on the rise. Yeah, look. Name a better duo. Ain't no niggas you know. I came from the heavens. Parked the car on Pluto. The Audemars Hublot. Pockets fat as sumo. Women on me, you know. They wanna do the you know. I'm not the number 2. I'm the numero uno. When me and Fi together, the conflict is crucial. The diamonds is fuchsia. My cousin is shooter. Other one a scammer. Another one a booster. I like them dark, full of melanin. I'm a fix, she my medicine. Her ass shake like it's gelatin. The plug called, he bout the melanin. Your man called, he bout to tell again. They got him preaching like the Reverend now. This local shit is irrelevant.
And since
get them with that good ooey ooey. This how I get them, hit them with that good ooey ooey. This how I get them, got that good ooey ooey. I got that ooey ooey, that I pop that pussy for him. Got that good nookie for him. He wanna eat all of these snacks, that's milking cookies to him. No competition, no rival. I ride that wave like a title. Won't fuck him without a title. Yo, bitch gon' make me her idol. Ooh, yeah. Cause I'm a bad little mama, you heard. That's how I hit him with the ooh. Yes, I'm a problem, you know that's the word.
Wake up, wake up.
He a bad little mama.
Bad little mama for sure. I am. I'm a bad little mama on this song. Ooh.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the all-new Rise and Grind morning show with Leah, Renee, Shae, Clyde, Green, and Jay, and Talaia. And we have our next guest. It is my boy, Ty Cleveland.
Good morning,
Yes.
This morning.
How you feeling this morning?
Listen, I'm good. Today is the first official day back to school. It's March 1st. So I'm like trying to get back into Mr. Tyrone mode. I've been able to like work from home and kind of sleep in. And just
go to your desk in your boxers.
And now I have to like put on actual clothes.
Right.
You weren't doing the ABC like my man on I saw on Facebook. Facebook, TikTok.
No, unfortunately not, because I work with middle school kids, so that they probably be like, my mama listens to this song at home.
That'll be cracking on you, man.
Yeah, we don't want none of that.
Yes, so tell the listeners and the viewers who Ty is, where you grew up, what high school you went to.
Oh, man.
What's your zodiac sign?
First of all, I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh,
okay, Sag.
Sagittarius. My name's Ty Cleveland. I was born and raised in Toledo. I graduated from Miami High School, class of 2007.
Hey, me too, 07.
Hey. Then I went to college, graduated from Stausenberger College, where I got my degree in business management, entrepreneurship. And I've been working in education for 9 years. I started off as an administrative assistant. Actually, was a reception at first, and they just saw, they were like, "You are just too dope with the kids to be sitting behind his desk." Like,
so you didn't initially get into it saying I want to be a teacher?
Not at all. I was just like, I need a job out of college with some benefits.
Right.
And
I got bills to pay.
Period.
And student loans to pay. So they were like, we need to do something. We got to get you from behind this desk. And so they actually created a position that was called the activities coordinator, which they had never had before.
Wow. So you just made yourself a position.
And we had to talk some numbers first. I was like, wait, we need to see what we're talking about. But I did that position because they were like, yo, like I was doing fashion shows at the school, talent shows, student council, like anything that was basically like get the kids turned, that was me.
Yeah. And what school was this?
This was at Imagine Clay Community School. It was a charter school that's no longer open right now, but it was open for a while.
That's the one that was on Wednesdays, right?
No, so this one was actually on Clay Street on the north side. It was open for a while.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so I was always like, I wanted to work directly with the kids. Like being behind the desk was cool, but I wanted to be actually involved with the kids. So they're like, we're going to create this position. Basically, you're in charge of all the fun stuff, all the after school activities. And that's kind of actually how Impact got started. And that just kind of took a life of its own. After that position, I left there and went to Winterfield, where I actually got into the classroom teaching.
Okay, so hold on. So you said that's where Impact came along.
Yeah.
We can't just breeze
over
that.
We can't just breeze
through that.
Let me get understand. Impact started in the Imaginary Clay School, and when it closed down, you continued the program?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
okay, so wait, when you were at Clay, now did you have like, did it start as your vision, or was it like they came to you and said, we need this after school program, and that's when you were like, okay, let me come up with the name and this and that? Like, how was Impact program born?
So when I was a kid, I was always the kid that wanted to play school. Like my friends were just like, dude, like we just got to school, we're not about to play school.
Right.
And I would always want to take home my teachers like workbooks and stuff after school at the end of the year.
Funny.
And like as a kid, I just was like, you know, we as a generation growing up, we had programs like Upward Bound and all these programs.
Yeah,
and
NYSP
and all that. And when I became an adult, I just saw like these programs just kind of went away.
Yeah.
So when I was as a receptionist at Winterfield, one of the things that we had to do was contact parents when the kids would get in trouble. And the school would tell me, this is exactly what they told me. When the kids would get in trouble, they would tell me, don't talk to them. And I was just like,
don't talk to the child?
Yeah.
Wow.
They would just say like, call their parents, don't have no conversation with them, like just don't say nothing to the kids. So that bothered me. Because my motto is, I don't care if you are the receptionist or the janitor at the school. Everybody has an impact on this kid.
And you teaching kids how to communicate properly.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. So they would tell me like, the kids are in trouble, don't talk to them, just give them their suspension paperwork and keep it moving. Yeah. So me being a Sagittarius and I am, our trait is to be a rebel. We don't listen. We follow our own thing.
Tell me what you don't want me to do and watch what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. When you tell me don't do it, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
So I started talking to the kids like, why are you in trouble? What did you do? This is what you should do, blah, blah. Yeah. And then I will always ask them like, what do you want to do after 8th grade? Like, where do you want to go to high school, go to college? Because a lot of kids just think 8th grade, like, we're done, life is over. No, like, life continues.
Yeah.
So they would just be like, I don't know. What you mean? What high school I want to go to? I'm like, you have options. Yeah. They were like, well, my mama said I'm going to Scott because it's around the corner. I'm like, but you don't have to go there if you don't want to. So we would just have these constant conversations about what do you want to do, what college you want to go to, and the kids did not know. And it was like in 8th grade, and it was bothering me. And then some of the kids were like, and people don't know this, but some kids are in 8th grade who are 14 and 15 years old because they have gotten pushed along or they've been held back, and so they have to finish. So we was having this constant conversation, and it was really bothering me. And I was like, something got to be done, because the school is telling me don't talk to these kids, which is the problem. So if you're going to tell me not to talk to the kids during school, I'm going to talk to them after school.
Right.
So Impact originally, we started it in November of 2012. So I started the school actually in August of 2012, and by November I was like, we doing this program. So it was myself, a substitute teacher named Jason Dixon, who's an amazing dude. He does motivational speakers and all that stuff now, and another lady named by the name of Shonda Hamilton, who now works at the Juvenile Detention Center in the grant program or whatever. So we sat down and we researched like all of the high schools in the Toledo area, all of the colleges, opportunities, everything that we needed to know to start this program. And we basically broke it down like, Ms. Tyrone, you're going to be in charge of this. You're going to be in charge of this. You're going to be in charge of this. It started out with just 12 kids. And our motto that I used to tell the kids, like, whatever we discuss in this room does not go back to outside this room, because these are personal stories. And I don't want you being like, well, that's my impact yesterday. You said blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, no. We don't need that.
Right.
So, it got word of mouth, and the principal actually found out that we was doing this program. One of the teachers actually let us use her classroom, and she was like, I don't mind y'all use my classroom, just don't get me in trouble. I'm like, don't worry about it, I got you. So the word got back that we were doing this program, and the principal was just like, I'm gonna come sit in on this class. So I was like, okay. Like, we gonna have one of the toughest conversations just so you see how real it is. And a lot of the teachers after school, they hated having these real conversations with the kids. And I'm like, you're dealing with inner city youth, but you don't want to hear their story. Like, they're dealing with domestic violence. They're dealing with, not knowing if their light's gonna be cut on the next, you know what I'm saying? Just all type of real stuff. And they didn't want to have these conversations with them. So they came to the program one day, and I remember the principal crying. Wow. And she was just like, I didn't know like this was happening. And I'm like, how are you the principal of this school when you don't know your students?
Right.
So she was like, what do we need to do to support you? I was like, first of all, give us some money.
Okay. Where the money resides.
And that song Mary had a little
period. She gave us a small budget to make us do what we do. That allowed us to have like after school snacks, because the kids were staying after school to do their homework and stuff. She would, let us use the bus to go on different college tours to Owens and BG and stuff like that. She was pretty supportive, but in the beginning she was absolutely not, because she's just like, I don't want you guys basically having these real conversations with the kids, and you're just supposed to be this receptionist. That's kind of when the whole Black Lives Matter thing happened. We got in trouble for that. Like, it was basically we were getting in trouble for like exposing the kids to the real world.
Like, you don't take a political stance or nothing, huh?
Yeah, not at all. Like, I didn't say like go beat up the police. I was just like, look, you are Black and your life matters.
Yeah. So I thought y'all was a tutoring program. This is more like an after school special program.
I mean, basically, based in a way. And so it originally was just 12 kids the first year, and then every year it like grew. The last and final year that I was actually at Imagine, the principal wanted to turn the program into a class. Like, she was like, let's include it. They have what's called specials, like gym and music and stuff. She was like, we're going to make this the 5th special today.
Wow. Like an elective almost.
Huh?
Kind of like an elective?
Yeah, an elective almost.
Yes, that's amazing.
So it was 45 minutes. So I basically would have to cram like a 3-hour program into 45 minutes. And the kids would be like, we don't have impact today? Like, that's not cool. Like, they would get so upset just because, like, whatever reason, we wouldn't have it. So I left that school, and I went to Winterfield Venture Academy the next year, 2015. And I was just like, man, like, this program that I have is so dope. Like, I just feel like because it was only for the kids at that school. So when I moved to Winterfell, I was like, there are more kids who need this program. Like it can't just be held at, like this is something special.
Yeah.
So in 2015 we finally expanded. I was just like, I had like no vision for expanding. I just was so excited about it that I just was like, I put on Facebook like, if you got kids in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, bring it to the impact program.
We're trying to do something.
We're trying to do something.
Right.
And I was not ready for the response. We actually had that year we had 32 kids that were registered.
Well, you'd be surprised how many kids want to be a part of something, especially since COVID. Like my son in the house miserable. Like,
so listen, we are going through the same thing at Impact. My kids are cranky right now.
I'm telling you.
Mr. Tyrone, when we gonna get the good stuff?
Yeah, because I was gonna say, you know, you guys from the very beginning have been doing things like some of the biggest things you do is taking the kids on these tours to HBCUs.
Yes.
Which, I mean, we don't have an HBCU here in our area or anything like that. So that was like my biggest thing. That was why I chose to involve my daughter in the program.
Central State.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Central State. Yep. So we don't have like a lot of them. We don't have a lot of options here in our area. So you guys were providing the opportunity to be able to take these kids to different HBCUs all over. And so obviously COVID, I'm sure, you know, affected that. And this last year, you know, and a half probably, you guys have been limited in what you can do. So how much of a struggle has that been?
It's been a struggle, but it's also made us be innovative at the same time. It's been a struggle because our kids are on the program. Most of them have been with us since like 6th, 7th grade, and they're juniors and seniors now.
Okay. Wow.
So they are used to like us traveling and doing different tours and stuff. And they're just like, so we're not going nowhere today? And I'm just like, yeah, unfortunately we're not. Because before COVID, if we weren't going out of town, we were always in the city, like doing community service events or just going to like the movies or whatever. And now they're just like, nah, like we're not doing that this year, you know? So it's been really limited, but it's made us be innovative to doing things inside the building. So bringing what we normally do, bringing it inside the building. So we had a conference, a college and career conference not too long ago, back in December. And I just wanted to take what we normally do outside and bring it in. And so that was a really good response. Our kids actually liked it. But then they were just like, okay, so are we going out to eat, Mr. when this is done? They're just used to us constantly traveling. So we've had to push back some of the travel stuff until the end of the school year. Hopefully that COVID will chill out. But we normally go on an HBCU tour over spring break. So we've been to Clark, Atlanta, Spelman and Morehouse, Central State, and Wilberforce. And then this year we're actually supposed to go to Howard and Hampton University in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
So it's all based on grades and academics. We don't take every student that's with us. There's a criteria they have to meet. So many hours of programming logged in, grades have to be top notch, and then your behavior and programming has to be top notch. Because I tell my kids, like, when we leave here, like, I'm your daddy away from home. Like, I will snatch you up, send you back home on a megabus. Like, for real.
On the megabus.
So, on the megabus.
Now, who helps support you? Where does your funding come from and stuff like that? Is it federal or donations or anything like that?
I always get that question. So our kids actually pay a $75 tuition fee. They pay a one-time fee. They fill out the application, and then throughout that, of course, we use that to take care of bills and the snacks and all that stuff, whatever. But we actually do a lot of fundraising. Once we tell our kids and our parents like everything that we're doing, they're like $75, and you just want me to bring some snacks in and help fundraise, like. Parents will get, when they find out that something is like free, they will help you find it. But I try to, they're like, free? Like, Miss Arn, you want me to make dinners? Like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
But I just try to keep everything low cost because there are a lot of free hidden gems in our city that people don't utilize. So I'm constantly getting things sent to me in email that's like free. We go to the art museum sometimes, that's free. There's bowling you can do for $5. Like, there's so much low cost stuff that honestly, like, we don't utilize a lot of budget money until it's time for us to travel. Winterfield was super, super, super helpful when we were there. Like, they will literally be like, oh, y'all want to go to Cleveland this weekend? We'll buy you a bus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
the principal
amazing.
there, who was no longer there, he actually moved back to Dayton. He was like, what we need to do? Like, what kind of money?
He was Winterfield is that on?
That's what we did. The basketball.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. He was
cool.
Now, does this go on through the summer tour, or is this just through the school year?
So initially it was just through the school year. Sometimes we do summer programming, but due to COVID this year, that's probably not going to happen. But normally we do like a 6-week summer program. To a lot of people don't know that. Kids lose learning over the summertime because you're not being involved in school. So we actually keep the kids from like as soon as school is out until like 2 weeks before the school year even starts. And that's really to get them acclimated to the program, because if you are a new student and you come, it's almost like a new kid in your class. They will throw the whole vibe off. So we normally keep kids, we take them in the summertime so they can get used to the program. So when the program starts, they're like, okay, this is nothing new. Now, when we didn't do summer programming, we would have some kids and I would just be like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. There's a program that's down the street that's gonna work.
Cause I'm gonna whoop you.
Listen, today, on site.
Now, is there a waiting list, or are you like always accepting kids, or is it a certain, can they come in at any time? Because I've never heard of this before. And the fact that you're doing the HBCUs, me and my daughter talk about it, and she's just in the 7th grade, and we've been talking about looking at colleges, and I'm like, I never even heard of this before.
Yep. So we normally take students at the end of their 5th grade year. So we get them in the summertime, and then they enroll. So they usually start when they're in 6th grade. There is a deadline to where you have to enroll, because we don't like to take any new students, because it's almost like teaching. You get a new student, you almost have to like reteach everything all over again. So just that constant like restart, it's not good for the kids, because the kids who've been there already, like, I don't want to hear this again, Miss Aaron. Like, we just talked about this 3 months ago. So we typically, there is a deadline where we do stop taking new kids, and we never take a new student in the middle of a programming season. So if they are like, if it's September and you trying to join in December, then more than likely it's probably not gonna happen. I absolutely hate turning kids away. So a lot of times I don't turn kids away, because I'm just like, man, like I feel bad. Like if I turn you away, then what's gonna happen to you? So I kind of feel bad, but sometimes it has to happen. Like I just had somebody inbox me like, can I put my kid in your program? Like, school's about to be over like in 2 months. Like, I can't take your kid right now. So unless it's like an extreme circumstance, I usually don't turn kids away. But like if it's late in the program, then I'll say like, just register in the summertime. So a lot of parents are pretty cool with that, because they're like, as long as I get my kid in the program, then it's like, I don't really care.
Did you bring some registration? I would like to register my kids. Did you bring some paperwork?
I did. And so all that stuff, I've learned to move online. I'm trying to save paperwork. You know, we in a
you should have been like, yeah, I got the website.
Listen, we in a whole Panera right now, so I'm trying to cut down
these. Panera or
Panera, Panini, Pandemonium.
You think about Panera? I feel you. I like Panera too. That's funny, because somebody just said the other day, I'm tired of this panoramic.
That's funny.
I'm tired of this peripheral vision.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about, let me ask you this first. Is there something more that you want to do, to add to the brand? Are you trying to expand out, or are there any other visions that you have for it? Because I was just thinking, like, I know that this is like a pre-prep high school type of thing, and you want to prepare the kids for high school. But, I think of kids like my son, for instance, who's 8 years old, and you would be such a great, like a program that, for him, for kids his age, would be such a great thing. Have you ever thought about, expanding it a little bit and opening up the door?
And I have an 8-year-old.
Hold on. I'm wondering, is the main reason that you breathe like that is because you don't have the staff to carry that load?
Well, no. So
you got a lot of kids by yourself. I know.
No. So my expertise, like my licensing, is in middle school education. So I've always dealt with 6th through 8th grade kids. Right. And when we expanded to doing high school kids, that was like a stretch, because I'm like, look, y'all is about as old as me.
We can go toe to toe.
As tall as me, square up right now.
But I've been so thankful that with our high school kids, like, we've never had any crazy high school situations. But I think because those high school kids, we've had them since they were in middle school.
Babies, yeah.
So like a lot of time when they go bring their friends, they already give them the rundown. Like, look, don't come in here, because Mr. Tyrone will.
So he'll square up with you.
He will let you know. As far as the younger kids, I think like even when I took them in 5th grade, like at the end of 5th grade, I still have to remind myself, like, okay, you're going to 6th grade, but you're still a 5th grader. So I will always just be like, why are you acting like this? Like, Miss Turner, I just ended 5th grade yesterday. Like,
I'm only 9.5, for real.
And you talking to me about college and stuff. Like,
I'm ready for you to work with Obama's.
But that's how they did us in school. They was teaching us about high school, college, and elementary. Like, they was scaring us. Like, you go to college, you got responsibilities.
Yes. And that just like, I have to remind myself, like, dang, y'all little kids, so y'all not thinking about college. Y'all ready to go home and play with Legos right now.
Right.
So they weren't thinking about it. But I have thought about expanding, not even just to like younger grades, but what I would really like to add is what they have is called a success coach. So basically a person, like if a student is having trouble in school, we will send that person to go to the school and check on them. Because education is not just like an after school thing. You need somebody to support you the whole way.
Right.
And so when parents get a phone call and like, I can't come get my kid right now, well, you just call the impact program. It's time we'll go up there and have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
So some programs do have that. I know Upward Bound has that. So shout out to Miss Alicia Durham at Upward Bound. If a student is acting up in school, she will pull up on them. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that listen, she will pull up. But that's something that I would like to add, because a lot of parents I've seen that just been an educator, like when their parents can't come get them, or I can't talk to them on the phone right now because I'm working. So
that was my main reason. I did not want the school to call my mama and she had to leave work.
Oh, you was
what? Right. Listen, you have parents who would not answer, like, I'm at work right now, I can't talk to them. I'm like, so what you just want him to act up in my class? Like,
I'm at work right now.
I'm at work now, click.
Now, you don't just do the impact program. You also are all about collaboration.
Yes.
You've teamed up with our girl Tiara, Heart to Heart.
Yes,
you guys do a lot of
sis.
work together. Talk about that and
Heart to Heart.
the collaboration. Yeah. Talk about Tiara a little bit, and I've been meaning to reach out to her because we definitely got to get her in here too. But talk about how you guys connected and how you guys collaborate together.
Man, so Tiara, actually, I met her back in 2016, I believe. She was having a young women's conference, like, for the first time. And somebody tagged me in the post. I had never even met her before. And so they tagged me in the post, and I took my girls from the program to there. And she's like, I've never even heard your program before. She's like, so we had this whole conversation, and it was so crazy that our program started literally at the same time, like 2012. And she's like, oh, well, my program started at St. Ursula. I'm like, well, my program started at Imagine. Like, so we had a very similar story. And so when I went there to speak about the program, she was just like, you and I need to connect, like, ASAP. So we connected in our bond. Like, I always say, like, people ask me, like, oh, is that your sister? I'm like, yeah, that's my sister. Like, literally, like, we spend holidays together. My mom just bought her an air fryer for Christmas and her birthday. Like, we do all type of dope stuff together.
Jealous a little bit?
No, because my mom bought me an Apple Watch for Christmas. So I've been had an air fryer. But man, we collaborated. It was, and this
it is. I was just thinking. I'm sorry. I was thinking that like they're lined up. Like we were talking about that up here in the studio. How things are lining up, and y'all lined up on the same wavelength, and y'all go.
And everything happens for a reason, and God puts people in your life for a reason. Whether it's whether it's a blessing or a lesson, what I say. And so, you know, Tiara has been both to me. Like, there's business things that I never knew about that's made me go to another level because of her. And it's also been a lot of lessons that we've been able to teach each other. So her program was at another location, and she needed a location. I was like, well, just come on over to Winterfield. So, I mean, we just taking everybody right now. So she came over to Winterfield, and Mr. Preston was like, I really love y'all programs. Like, what can we do? I was like, give her some money too. Give her some money like you giving me.
John Stockton with it.
I'm trying to help everybody get put on. So we collaborated since 2016, and we have done college tours together. And people always say that she's like, I'm like the Clark Atlanta, and she's like the Spellman. Like, that was just our collaboration. And our programs are so similar, and that's why we're able to collaborate, because she talks about college and high school and all that. And then it's also different because her program is strictly females, and I have guys and girls. But there's so much that we do together, and people are just like, people tell us all the time, like, why are y'all not like working together, like in the same building? And I'm just like, when God sees fit, he will. Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we were at Winterfield together from 2016 until recently, last school year. We had to leave from over there. Well, we didn't have to. We decided to leave because stuff started changing. We won't get no money, basically.
That's
because the principal left, right?
Yeah, the principal, Mr. Preston, left from over there, and there was a lady by the name of Miss Curtin who came from Brooklyn, who came down here, and we tried to have some negotiations with her, and she's very much by the book. Like, she's just like, I'm sorry.
She just closed the curtain.
She did.
You know, that's interesting. What do you think it is about people who are in those authoritative, you know, positions who can really make a difference? And why do you think they choose to end programs like this that are such like a dire need for our children?
I think in that situation, I think with her coming from, so she came from a school that we had in New York that was very like rigorous. That's very like by the book, and she tried to come down and do the same thing here with that, and I was just like, you can't do that. At least not in the first year. Like, you just got here. Like, lady, we don't even know you.
Right. And you're in a whole new community. I mean, you have to now learn your community, learn your students. You know, I mean, there's different needs here. You know,
Brooklyn and Toledo was totally different.
Totally different. And that was something that we tried to talk about with her. And she was just like, well, NHA said blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay, but the principal who's here before you was making it happen, and it's the same position. For some people, I think they don't understand the community that they're coming from New York to Toledo. And then I think some people, I mean, I don't know, maybe they just love power. They love being in the authoritarian position. It's just a job. But it was so different, and it got so bad that like, and she wasn't rude or anything to us, but a lot of things that we had leeway to do, it like stopped. Like Mr. Preston was just like
a great guy. Like he
was breaking rules to like make stuff happen, and like we didn't know that. But I love the fact that he was just like, he would tell us like, look, if I gotta get in trouble for y'all to get a bus, like I don't care.
Do you
like,
think that played a part in why he left? I mean, did he leave on his own, or do you feel like that may have played a part in why he was replaced?
He left on his own.
Okay.
Him and his wife want to have 6 kids, and they're on 3.
Say less.
So they needed to relocate to get those other 3.
Well, he was
closer to the house.
Yeah, well, he was driving from Dayton to Toledo every day to come to work, and he did it for. I was there for 6 years, so he did it for 8.
Wow.
And then I wonder too if things just, you know, maybe it got to a point where he trying to make things happen for different programs or trying to make things happen for you guys in the midst, it was probably a lot of pressure on him too, and sometimes it's just like, gosh, you know. He would do stuff like, he would get us a bus from Winterfield, and he would just be like, okay, any kids that are not from Winterfield, they're from Winterfield today. Like, if they ask, just say they're from Winterfield. Like, he would do stuff like that. And not that the people would come down and ask, but he was just like, just in case, you have 25 kids from Winterfield today. I'm like, okay. And we just do it.
Say less.
But the dynamic started to change so much that even the kids started to feel it.
That's what I was going to say. That was going to be my next question. So how do you think that really affects these people come into these positions, they make these big changes, but they don't even recognize and understand that you now have to answer to these kids and these parents, and you know what I mean? It's like, how detrimental was that to the kids?
So when they started to notice that things started lacking, like Preston would order food for us after school, and the kids would be like, we're not getting food today. Like, they just started noticing little stuff. They started noticing just like the leeway in the building. So like sometimes we could use like the gym just to take the kids to go play basketball, and she'll just be like, well, no, you can't go play basketball because you have some kids that are not from Winterfield. And I would just be like,
so weird.
It's so weird. So a lot of that changed, and then Preston would sometimes come like to the program and just kick it with the kids and hang out and get to know them. And this new principal, she would just come in like, I just want to make sure you guys were good. All right, have a good night.
And see, that's the problem. She doesn't know the kids, doesn't understand her community, don't understand the needs of these children. I mean, and especially, you know, like I don't know if this all happened before COVID or after COVID or whatever, but even with COVID, you know, we had all these situations now where you got, young, youthful athletes who can't now even play their sports. You know, the one thing that kept them out of trouble or kept them out of the streets, they were able to play sports. Now sports are being taken out of the schools. You can't even do that, you know? And so it's, gosh, we can't even go in the gym and throw a couple, you know what I mean?
Coming from New York, she probably was programmed. You know, New York got a whole lot of different regulations.
You're right.
But we ain't in New York, though. You left New York and you here in Toledo.
When she programmed, she got to
change that mindset.
You're right, though, Clyde. That's a definitely, I mean,
and then she might not feel she got to adjust because she's the boss. She's not coming to work.
When it comes to kids, I just have a community mindset.
Right.
I'm just like, look, like, how many kids can we save? Like today, okay, so you can't have non-Winterfield kids in the gym. Who cares? Like, we trying to save lives out here. Like,
their lives don't matter.
They're like, oh well, you need to come to Winterfield to be in the gym. No, that's just you trying to get them to come to the school. So the dynamic changed. The kids started to feel it. We started getting parent complaints, just not like, it wasn't that she was doing anything to them. It just didn't feel welcoming. And so we were just like, me and Tierra was just like, it's time for us to make a move at the end of the school year. So maybe COVID was a blessing to us because COVID happened. We shut down. And we started back programming in October, and we ended up moving to Fame Studios with Shawanda Johnson. Shout out to Miss Shawanda.
You teamed up with Shawanda and Fame Studios. And so you basically reopened up and started the program there. And now you guys have like the meetings and have the kids there.
Yes. Shawanda was, look, when we needed programming, I was just like, where are we
Because Shawanda was doing some stuff over there at Winterfield. Is that how you guys got connected, right? I remember when she was over there doing some stuff.
Yeah, why? So this is so crazy how me and Shawanda met. that. So when I was at Imagine as a receptionist and I got that new position, Shawana actually interviewed for my position. So that's how we connected.
I can see that because Shawana grew up, we came in the same school era, and she was always in programs like that, impacting, always doing something. Shawana was always doing something, so I would see her, I could see you and her competing for that position.
Yeah, so at Imagine, when we would bring in a new person for your position, the person who whoever had that position previously interviewed the person for the next position. So I interviewed Shawana for that position. I was just like, I'm just gonna give you this job because I don't want to be behind the desk no more.
And she was the perfect person for the job.
She was the perfect one, and she ended up. That's how we connected, and we, being with House of Adonis and the dance crew and all that stuff. And then once I took over the step team at Imagine, I was like, hey, you know what? I need an assistant coach. Like, you want to be an assistant coach? I was like, you get paid at the end of the school year? She was like, sure, okay. So we did the Magic Clay step team up until we both transitioned and went to Winterfield. We both left Imagine, and then we went to Winterfield. She coached the dance team over there actually since the school first opened at Winterfield. Her daughter went to Winterfield, and then her niece went to Winterfield, which I didn't know. So she coached the dance team over there, I want to say, for like 15 years over there. And so we just continued through there, and I was like, hey, I'm ready to leave Winterfield as far as impact. Like, I need a space because I'm not going back to Winterfield and dealing with all of that stuff.
Right.
So she was just like, come to the studio. I'm like, is that easy? She like, yeah, like just come to the studio. So once we told our parents at Impact, like, we are leaving Winterfield, I promise you, they was like, yes, like, because I was not bringing my child back, and I was just like, Jesus, like, I saw on the, like, at the end of the year, we always ask, like, what can we change? I'm like, I read y'all comments, but I didn't know y'all was so passionate. Like, so since we left from over there, we've been at Fame Studios, and Shawana has been an absolute blessing to our kids. Her building is amazing. She's opening up to us, and when she's in town, because she's flying back and forth to Vegas and stuff,
doing big things.
She checks on our kids, she talks to them, and some of the kids, they know her from Winterfield, so they don't have like this nervousness of like, oh, like it's Miss Shawanda or whatever. So it has been an amazing collaboration. I've been able to send kids to Fame. She's been able to send kids from Fame to Impact. So it's really just like a wraparound service that I really envision. I love when programs are in like one entity because it's a wraparound service. So like, I have girls that I may not be able to talk about self-esteem, but I can send them to Tierra who can talk to them about that. And she may have a kid who want to go on some college tours. Well, boom, send it to me. So I love that, like, we have like this mindset. It's like a complete wraparound service instead of being like, well, I mean, I can talk to them about self-esteem. Like, no, like, if I know that I can't service this kid, I'm going to give them to you.
Exactly. And then she's got all girls, but there's so many young girls who don't have that father figure, and don't have a man in their life. So yeah, it just works out.
It works out. And so it's so crazy, like I said, how everything just works out. We're there Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 7 p.m. And then we do community service on the weekends. So we're actually doing a community service project now. That's going really, really well.
Yes, talk about this diaper drive.
Yes. So
that's why they gave you the box of diapers.
Everybody was so confused Saturday.
Oh, somebody gave you diapers on Saturday?
Listen.
I didn't know that.
Listen. So
everybody looked like, oh, you got a baby on the way?
I was like, oh.
After that event, people were just like, you got a baby? Like, I was like my son is grown. Like, no. But people were so confused about the diapers. So I told Char, like, I think you should let me explain, like, why I'm doing diapers.
They got you the good box too.
Yes. Like, how many kids you having? I'm like, no, chill out.
Got triplets on the way.
Yeah, I tuned into Facebook one day. I seen Ty on there doing a live. I think that was like the first day you guys started it. He was up there at Fame Studios with some of the kids. They were starting this diaper drive, and I was like, let me go up here and I make a little donation. And that was when I told him, like, we need to get you on the show. We need to promote this diaper drive because we need as many people to come and give back to this charity as possible because this is amazing.
So my aunt Lakeisha Norris, who works at Winterfield, she's a foster parent, and so she was like, the Salvation Army is in need of diapers. Like, they have this diaper bank, and I was like, I've never even heard of this before. And she was like, yeah, like, they basically have this diaper bank for low-income families who are in need of baby supplies or diapers or whatnot. And she's like, I think this would probably be a good project for you guys to get involved in. And I was just like, like, let me think about it. And so I thought about it, and I actually asked the kids, like, hey, like, told them about what was going on. They was like, can we raise diapers? And I was like, I guess, you know what I'm saying? So I went and asked my aunt, and she's like, yeah, like I think that'd be dope. Like, let's do it. And so this community service to me is so different because normally I tell the kids, like, we're going to the Ronald McDonald House today, or we're going to pick up trash today, or do it. Like, I tell them what the community service is. So this time I was like, you know what, like, I feel like they've been so structured this year because of COVID and like online and all that. Like, I want them to have a voice this time.
Give them a little freedom.
Yeah, give them a little freedom. So I was just like, what y'all think about doing this diaper drive? It was like, yeah, let's do it. And so it was so different because I didn't have to tell them to do it, and they actually wanted to do it.
Yes.
And a lot of times when you tell kids to do stuff, they don't want to do it. And I realized, like, with community service projects, when they think of community service project as work, like, it's not fun. Like, I gotta wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I was like, y'all ain't gotta wake up. They was like, oh, we ain't gotta wake up in the morning. I'm like, no.
Like, even better.
Right.
Like, yes, let's go. So we started the diaper drive a couple weeks ago, and it's going on until March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. We actually started it on President's Day. So it's going until St. Patrick's Day, and people have donated like crazy. We've raised so far $325, which is amazing. So thank y'all so much.
So it's not just limited. Sorry about it. It's not just limited to diapers. Like, they can donate like teething rings or baby wipes or
well, they're in need of diapers right now just because of with the pandemic and everything that's going on. They're trying to focus on diapers.
Just on diapers.
But they'll take whatever. We've had parents who donated.
I'm sure you'll put it to good use.
Listen, we've had parents who've donated wipes and stuff like that, but they're really looking for diapers just because with the pandemic.
It was so funny because Ty said you were talking about he was like, I didn't realize how expensive these diapers was.
Listen.
Yeah.
They're 40.
Listen, so I've never bought diapers before. So like my son, so I adopted my son when he was 13. So we missed the whole baby phase. Like,
and talk about that. Talk about how you became a father. Talk about the adoption and how you became a father.
So like I said, I've never bought diapers before, so I don't know about that. So my son actually was a student of mine at Winterfield. I met him in 7th grade, and then his mom put him into my program. So one day he didn't have a ride after school. And so I was like, all right, I got to take you home. Like, it's 8 o'clock. I just want to go home. So I took him home one day, and we were driving, and we had been in programming for a while. Like, we probably been in program for like a few months. And I was taking him home, and he was like, Mr. I got a question. I was like, what's up? And he was like, can you be my dad? I was like, what? I was like, Scourge? Like, wait a minute.
What you mean?
What you mean? And he was just like,
wow.
Yeah. And he was just like, I haven't talked to my dad, and like, he hadn't seen his dad in like years. So, and at that time my son was 13. So
Your biological son.
Huh?
No, this is his son.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my son at this time was 13, and so it just was like, I'm like, dang, like I know the feeling of not seeing my father because my dad was constantly in and out of jail, and I just realized like how that affected me, especially like being a teenager. That's the prime time where you need your father.
That's the most detrimental time.
Because you can go either way.
Yeah.
And so I was taking him home, and I like dropped him off, and I called my mom like, yo, mom, like this kid of mine, this student just asked me to be his dad, and she was just like,
what do I do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
And she said the same thing I said earlier, like everything happens for a reason, and you are in people's lives for a reason. And so I like sat on that, and I like talked to his mom. I was like, hey,
how does she feel?
What was that conversation?
So I called her, and we had a meeting. She actually came to the program. We had a meeting, and I told her what he said, and she like gave me the story, and she's just like, I don't want you to feel like this is your responsibility. Like, he's here for school, he's here for programming, but like his dad like is just wherever he's at. And I was just like, you know what? I said, God, just use me however you see fit. And so I took on
powerful.
Listen,
right.
So I took on that responsibility. So the next year he was in my class again, and he actually called me dad for the first time. Like, instead of Mr. Tyrone. Because when we would be out, so like when we'd be out in public, and I still tell him this now because he doesn't do it as much, but he would be like, Mr. Tyrone. And I'm like, dude, people gonna think I kidnapped you. Like, stop. Don't, like, we're at Kroger, and you like, Mr. Tyrone. And I'm just like, people gonna think I just stole you. Listen, this gonna like a Lifetime movie. Like, I just stole somebody's baby. Like, no.
So did he move in with you, or did y'all just share it, or you and the mother like shared it?
So that 8th grade year, when he really was like, you're my dad, he did not live with me.
Okay.
As he got older into high school, like we was split. So like he would be at my house like every other weekend.
That's amazing.
Right.
If his grandparents or his mom was out of town, like I would drop him off to school, and then we just had a thing where I would drop him off to school in the morning. He would get picked up in the morning, get picked up by his parents, his mom.
Now, how old were you when that happened?
I was 26.
Wow. Because that's like, I mean,
I was
it's
26.
one thing to, you know, it's one thing to be 26 and, you know, find out, hey, I'm pregnant. You got a baby on the way, you know, and for you to have to like have those 9 months to prepare and get yourself situated and, you know, get comfortable with the idea. I'm about to be a father, you know, and knowing, you know, that is my seed, you know, and I'm going to become a father. But, you know, for it to just one day, you know, like happen like that, you know,
it was
just
such a complete like switch, like a mindset to switch, because like being 26, even though I've always been like a little bit more mature than other people, I still had a 26-year-old mindset.
Right.
So I was like, man, like,
and you also have a very silly, you know, personality about yourself.
So now I had to like calm that down a little bit, you know.
I'm about to be a father.
Listen, but being 26, I was like, man, like you want to be your dad? Like that mean I can't go out as much no more. That mean I like gotta calm down on social media.
You gotta be very conscious, right?
I had to be very conscious of just like, you know, because I have to be conscious already with the Impact program.
Exactly.
And I'm thankful that my parents, like, they know who I am, so they don't really complain too much. But in the beginning, like when I, you know, took him on, I had to like really like chill out. Like, man, like, ooh, can't post that. Let me backspace that, or let me not be on live showing me at the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to like I had to chill out. Yeah. And so it was a complete different mindset. Even within the classroom, like he had to switch sometimes. Like, not dad today. Mr. Tyrone, then when school's over. So it was a complete different mindset. He's 19 now. He's a senior.
Wow. I want to, man, hey, drop a bomb for him. We got to drop a bomb for him.
Oh, just drop a bomb for him.
I just want to say that's so dope that you've done that you took on that responsibility. I mean, there's men who make babies and don't even take on that responsibility. So
that's what I was getting at. Like, since that situation, you said that happened when he was 13. He's 19 now. Has the biological even entered the picture, or is he still nowhere?
I don't even think. I think in his mindset, like I think he just
I
got my daddy.
And that's cool. That's cool. I was just wondering if he felt the kind of way and try to step back.
But I do believe that probably somewhere in his mind. I mean, regardless if I'm his, you know, his father or not, everybody wants to know in their mindset. So I'm pretty sure that he's like, where is my biological father? And have this conversation. But I think just in everyday life, he's just like, he literally would be like, Dad, can you come get me? Like, I'm tired of being in the house. Like, please come get me. You know what I'm saying? And he will introduce me like, this is my dad. This is my mom. And for me, it was so funny because when I did take on that role, I was like, well, at least parent-teacher conference is going to be easy because so boom, there we go. Yeah. So, but
how does that come with disciplining him? Like, have you ever had to get on him? Like, look.
Oh yeah.
Does she come? Does his mother call you and say, "Hey, you need to handle this"?
Yes. So it's so funny when a couple years ago with Impact, we went to Kentucky State University, and so I make him go on everything with Impact. I make him do. He actually assists me at Impact at the program now. So he helps out with snack. He talks to kids, help with homework, all that. But before that, he would do everything with us, like college tours, community service. Like, you're not just sitting at home playing video games. So one day we were in Kentucky State University. I want to say it was like the first day we got there, and we took the kids to go to the mall. And his mom called and was like, call me right now. And I'm like, what didn't happen? Like, we just left.
Right.
She like, did you see his grade card? And I'm like, no. So I'm like, don't say nothing. So I called him. So he's at the mall, someone with his friends. I said, meet me in the food court right now. So he comes back and I'm like, you got something to tell me? And he's like, no. I'm like, school related? He's like, oh yeah, I meant to tell you before we left that, yeah, my grade card wasn't too good. I said, did you forget to tell me, or you just waited till we got to Kentucky to tell me? And he was just like, yeah, like it. And he normally, like, he doesn't hide anything. He'll tell me like that. I got an F on the test today. Yeah. But he said he forgot to tell me. And I was like, so when we get back to Toledo, he's like, I know. Like, you're gonna take my game. Like he already knew.
I know it.
But the thing is that what I love about our bond is that because he's been around like Impact and everything, that like I don't have to get on him about nothing.
The respect is there.
It's there. Like, he'll be like, Dad, I got a D on the test today, but I know what I need to do to fix it. Right. Like, I don't have to I don't say like, did you do your homework today? He'll call me like, Dad, I did this, this, and this, and this, and this. Like, I guess I got it easy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
you've put in that, you've been that influence now.
Yeah.
You've been here with him since he's 13. You've had him a part of this program, not just in it, but you're going to, be here step by step to go through this. And that has made an impact in his life. You know what I mean?
It shows a lot of our young brothers, our young men growing up need that male role model.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was just brave enough to say to you, in respect to you, as how you led that, man, I want this guy to be my dad.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? And then this might take us in. I don't want to get too deep into it because but I want to know. Like, what is the biggest thing that you see with with these children? Like the biggest issues that you're seeing, as far as like, is it stuff that has to do with bullying, depression? Like, what is the biggest thing that you've heard your students talk about that's like bothered their lives in a messed up way? Like that's like affecting them negatively.
I feel like at the Impact program, it was called season. So every year is a season. So I feel like every season is something different. Like it's something that's like major. So like this year, it has been mental health. It's been mental health.
That's what I thought, and that's why I asked, because I just said, so you're hearing a lot of what they've grown up in, the households and the situations, and now it's like mentally.
Yeah, I just had a student. So we have an academic policy. So you have to have a 75% or higher in all of your core classes in order to participate in fun stuff that we do. So a student that I have, like, she's top notch when it comes to school, and so she just had like her grades just went like, and I'm like, what is going on? So we had like a one-on-one conversation, and she had a friend who recently committed suicide, and she was just like, that like affected me, like, and so she was just like, I feel like nobody understands. Like, I try to talk to my mom about it, and it's this and that and that. I try to talk to the counselor about, like, nobody's like really like addressing the issue. So we sat down while the kids were doing homework, and so we did what was called a support system circle. I was like, write down everybody who you feel like that you can talk to, and then label like, what are their responsibilities? So this my auntie can help me with my homework. My friend Jay can help me.
Whole vision board.
Basically a vision board. And so I was like, now let's come up with some coping skills, because now you're dealing with depression, now you're dealing with anxiety. So we came up with these coping skills, and I was like, okay, like, I need you to start implementing these things, because not only are you going to be depressed about what happened to your friend, now you're going to be depressed about your grades. So now
it just leads into more.
It leads into more stuff, and then your mom's gonna be yelling at you. So now that says anxiety, because now I don't know if I'm gonna come home, my mama gonna yell at me today. So I'm like, if you start using these things, you'll start to see your symptoms at least kind of decline a little bit.
That's amazing.
So now she'll come to Impact, and she'll be like, hey, Miss Arlen, like, I did have this thought today, but I asked my teacher, can I take a break, or can I use my notebook, or whatever case may be.
Tools that you gave
use these tools. And so she was like, I'm going to do better like this quarter, because I was like, hold on, like, you are A and B student, you walked in here with a D and a F, like, what? No, we don't do that. So but it's always different every year. 1 year it was like when social media really started like taking off, and it was like every day it was like, I want to fight her because she made a status about
social
me.
Media bullying.
Oh my gosh. Or I want to fight her because she ain't look at my Snapchat yesterday. I want to fight him because he was liking my girl pictures. Like, what is, I'm like, y'all are in 6th and 7th and 8th grade.
Listen.
So
every grown people be like
that. Then I started thinking like, well, dang, your mama was just on Facebook. It makes sense. So
well, I think that's a really, like I said, I love what you're doing in the community, because especially for these kids, because mental health has become, the fact that the awareness has become as big as it is what we need, and we need more people like you in the community. So I want to salute you, Tiara, and all of the people in the community who have these programs for the youth, because it's so important, it's so impactful, and we need it. And so I thank you for coming in, talking about it. I thank you for doing all the work that you do in this community, and congratulations, you won the Who's Who Award 2021.
And I'm glad people now know that my award wasn't diapers. Okay, it was a donation from Spotlight and the Confidence in the Cup and the Self-Love Movement. And shout out to Shar and Arlinda for that dope event. It made me go home like, man, like, I need to step my game up.
I think they made everybody go home and say, I need to step my game up.
And I've been to like networking events like that, and it's never really hit like that. So this was like something different. And it was funny because I was talking to them. They were like, well, what can we do different? I was like, the only hardest thing was like going to a networking event with people with masks on, because I'm looking like, who are you? Like, they were like, we just talked yesterday. I'm like, oh, you had your mask on. I'm sorry.
I know I said that to a couple people and I felt bad, like, oh, sorry. So let the viewers and the listeners know one more time where they can find you. For any parents who want to get their kids involved in your program, let them know.
Where they can donate to you.
And definitely donate.
So as far as donating, we have the donation drive goes until March 17th. You can come up to Fame Studios between Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 until 7 p.m. Or you can use our Cash App, which is $Impact419, which Impact is in capital letters. If you ever just want to donate to the program, we have our donation link on our Facebook page, which is Impact Program of Toledo. And we're also on Instagram at Impact Program 419. And if you ever just want to come through and stop by the program, man, and come kick with the kids and chill with the kids, they will absolutely love it. They're ready to do stuff, man. They're excited. We've been talking about this HBCU college tour now, because now they're all like, who's going to get to go? Who's going to get to go? And it's different because, like I said, we're going to end the school year this year. So they've had like a lot of leeway this year, because normally we only do like first and second quarter grades, and now we added on third quarter. So if you ever want to come and stop by and talk about whatever, starting in April after spring break, we're going to be doing Career Mondays. So if any of y'all want to come by and talk about y'all careers,
I'd love to do that.
Come by and talk about what you guys do.
Absolutely. I've done that before. I mean, I've talked, shout out to Danny Riccardi. He was the dean over there at Rosa Parks Elementary. I've spoken there. I've went with Tommy K to Springfield High School a couple times, talked to the kids over there. I mean, that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do. And they love hearing from other people besides me, because they be like, oh, Mr. Ron, like, you talk to me. I'm like, yes, I am.
Talk too much.
Well, look, and they will say that too. I'll be like, okay, now.
Well, of course, every day we have Shae's affirmation. So, you know, you can maybe take this affirmation back to your kids.
Thank you.
And, give them some positivity for the day.
Okay. You are here not only because you asked to be here, but because your unique gift, your love, your energy is what's needed now more than ever. Stop fighting the old you, the old world, the old ways. Exhale and let it go. Let go of everything that no longer works. Let go of being someone that you do not want to be. Use your voice, take a stand, inspire others, and you will find yourself inspired.
Man, I just felt that so deep in my soul. That just like literally touched my soul.
And it always go what we talking about here. You have a program making an impact.
You psychic or something.
It always go. It's just
For real.
God using my voice.
I feel it,
We get a positive note. This is a way to start the good Monday, first of the month, and we got to do it.
First of the month.
So we want to say thank you to our sponsors, Hotbox, Lyman Humidop, Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, and Lance Self, the People Salesman. And if you would like to become a sponsor of the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of the all new morning show.
Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to my homeboy Marquise Ransom, Born Royal Apparel.
Okay.
He made this shirt for me when I was working construction. I want to throw some construction colors today. Shout out to
you. Real bright today.
Shout out to all the construction workers. Highlighted.
So shout out to Born Royal Apparel. You can find them Born Royal Apparel, Facebook. Marquise, I told you I was going to send you a shout out. I might send somebody else a shout out. Y'all want to send me a shirt, want a shout out? Holla at me. Clyde Green.
Shout out to my boy D and Keitha. You know, this is Fight Time. Yeah, this is their brand. So shout out to them, you know. And shout out to all the amazing entrepreneurs who are doing great things in the city. And even if you're not, you know, if you have any brand, any foundation, anything that you're doing that's positive and uplifting in this community, we salute you and we thank you because Toledo is really on the rise, and it's because of all of us who are collectively trying to collaborate and do great things for the city. So any last words, anybody?
Before we go, since he done brought up Fame Studios, I had to bring it back up. We are opening back up soon, so go ahead and inbox either me, Ty, Aurelia, Shawanda, or our
House
Facebook
of Adonis
page.
HOA.
Yep, or Fame Studios. To get your kids enrolled, we do take kids at age 2 and up, adults too. We offer a variety of different classes. If you artist, we got a recording studio. We really got it all. Like anything you could think of that has to do with the music industry, we got it.
That's what's up.
All right.
Hey, Leah, it's the #1 podcast.
Yes, we are. So you have been tuned in to the #1 podcast podcast in Toledo, Ohio. It's the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Make sure you guys tune back in tomorrow for another great show. Yes. We love you, and like we always say, until next time.
Yes. Woo. Okay. Good show, guys. Good show. All right, we're good. Be safe. Don't be driving crazy.